It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him.
It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism.
What he means by pessimism is resistance. And that's what COINTELPRO was all about, stopping the resistance.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change.
We hide it in plain sight. One of Plato's greatest works was the allegory of the cave. I feel in order to understand the political matrix, we need only to look into this allegory. We first have to open our minds to the possibility everything is not as it seems. That things we've always known to be truth may be lies. For if we can't perceive the lies we've ingested, we can't see the bars on our mental conditioning. For that is how you walk out of the cave and see the political matrix. You really need 3.
I'm still. Yeah. But yeah.
Sorry about all the delays. Hold on a second. Let me switch my camera on because obviously I'm having camera issues also. I had to switch back to my laptop, but I don't have to do for the time being until I get a new camera. Yeah, I just tried this one on and it started off already on the fritz. So I was trying to do everything I could to get my camera working and I could not do it. So this will have to suffice. Be a little grainy, but it is all good. The year's off to hell of a start. Yes, it is. I want to make sure that I get Till in here first before I get kick started on too much of stuff. So let me let her know I am here now because I was running late. Let's see here. So how's it going for everybody else out there? How are your years starting off so far? Because I see we got, man, the implications that start off with all of these things. Okay, Jackie starts off with, yes, 2026 has gotten off to a right cracking start, or should I say a crappy start? I mean, either one applies because yes, it's a crappy start, and it's a right cracking start because it did get cracked off very early. I mean, let's see. The big story that we have to talk about definitely is, all the stuff that's going on with Venezuela. That is huge, and I feel like it sets up so many things in so many different directions, and I'm just so I'm kind of like a little shocked that this happened. But I'll go more into it once Till gets in here. Also, I want to talk a little bit about, of course, even going along with that, the plans of somebody like a Marco Rubio and what's next. We'll go into all that. The Diddy documentary. I know. I think Till has seen it. I finally saw it, which I will go into, give more my thoughts on that, and more. And I guess, oh, there she is.
Sorry, y'all. I was feeding my face.
No, you all good. You see my camera
Mm-hmm.
right now, super grainy.
Yeah.
My regular camera for some reason didn't want to work, so I was like, okay, all right.
Oh no.
It is all right. Oh,
Next week my setup will be complete. I ordered a new camera for my laptop, so then I can go back to streaming off my laptop and not off my iPad. I'm still on my iPad.
Oh, you all good. Yeah, I just did like a little intro, like what's going on, because of course the Maduro Venezuela stuff, we definitely got to get into all
Why
of
are we
that.
always minding the business that don't pay us, y'all?
Always, like
we
you
always
said.
in somebody else's shit. How do we indict somebody that don't live in our country?
Exactly. Well, here's the thing that's going to happen though. I honestly think that the Trump administration. Well, before I get too ahead of myself,
I was about to say sorry. Let's not start there because I got this conspiracy theory for y'all, and it's so wild. It's such a wild conspiracy theory, and it has nothing to do with. It has everything to do with the fact that we about to get sick again, and that's why I had to let you know. Remind me to tell you about the eggs.
Well, shoot. If you did you want to go into it now, or did you want to hold it till later?
I can go into that now and then because that has like no correlation to anything else we have going on. So if you told them what our itinerary is, this is like a sidebar.
Well, yeah, you can go into that because I need to pull up some of my stories.
Some stuff
while I was playing around with trying to get this camera situated, and then out there dealing with the traffic. It's raining right now, by the way. Which
it never rains in Southern California.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Tell you.
Yeah, they tell you exactly. Because right now it's been raining like crazy lately. Like all the people who were having their New Year's plans, all that shit got rained out.
Okay, so check me out. So if you know anything about how vaccines and stuff, are made, you understand that vaccines are usually made inside of eggs. You know that, right? Okay, maybe you didn't know. So if you don't know, now you know. When they go to make vaccines, they use eggs because they're like sterile embryos. You know what I'm saying? So they use an item that has proteins. That protein can be broken down by humans. You feel me? As well as it has pretty much all the components that you need to make a perfect environment that can kind of replicate that of an embryo of a human. It has proteins, it has fats, whole nine. So when they did this whole COVID vaccine shit, they took a whole bunch of eggs. Coincidence. They got a shit ton of eggs and they was doing the trials in the eggs. Now, it takes roughly 6 months, right? It takes roughly 6 months to make an entire vaccine, right?
Frozen.
So, let's do I did, Jackie. Hi, Jackie from the UK. Girl, all I did was dance. I danced all weekend long. We'll talk about that in a second. So, okay, so it takes roughly 6 months or so to make a vaccine. Okay? Let's think about COVID, for instance. Niggas started getting sick late October, early November. Pre-COVID, right?
Right.
November.
Right.
Then December. Okay.
Because I remember a bunch of people having weird sicknesses that they couldn't explain. And
they was
like it was
out.
a first handful. It was a first handful around late September. By October, when you started to see multiple people coming in with the same symptoms that nobody understood what it was. Because I remember nobody actually really like caught on to, okay, there's something actually going on till about February. Because I remember it was when Kobe died, because I still remember that newspaper, and it was talking about Kobe, and it was talking about the plague that was starting.
I'm so happy he started dropping down months because I'm about to show y'all about this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, antivirals in the eggs take 6 months to develop at minimum, okay? So let's start counting. Marcus said October, okay? Yes. Oh my God, I'm trying to recuperate. My feet hurt so bad. I danced from New Year's Eve till last night in heels, 4 hours a night, 3 days straight. Insanity. Okay, so 6 months for eggs. Let's start the count. You said October. Niggas started getting sick October.
You could say late September, early October, but October is when.
But I'm gonna say the whole. If we doing a whole 30, because I don't, we deal with technical people. If we're gonna do
that's when you knew for a fact that all these people were getting this same sickness.
So we got October, niggas is sick.
Mhm.
November, niggas is still sick. And they keep saying, oh, it's just the flu. It's just the flu. December comes, right? January. That's when it really started getting publicized because that's when Kobe started dying around January. That's when they was like, oh, the super plague, oh, the super flu, da 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 da. That's 4 months, right?
Mhm.
February. What happened? Niggas still sick, but by March, the shutdown started. And they officially said we had COVID in March. That is month 6, which means that if they let that bitch up out that motherfucking lab, because they were fucking with the eggs, right? 6 months puts it into March, puts it into the shutdown. Now let's keep going. Around this same time, there was an influx of what type of flu besides COVID? Bird flu.
Bird flu. Yep.
So with that being said, if they got bird flu, they saying, oh no, the birds is dying. Oh no, the eggs is going up in price. No, bitch. They were taking the eggs to fucking do all these weird ass experiments on the eggs. That's why we were having an egg shortage. Uh-oh. 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 So now eggs going up $5, $6, $18 a motherfucking dozen. Remember that stupid shit, y'all? Where y'all think all the motherfucking eggs went to? Somebody stole the eggs or some shit? Boom. So now the eggs are super expensive. These motherfuckers stealing these eggs, doing these weird ass test trials and all this other stuff. Now let's fast forward to now. Now we done had mad bird flu, mad chickens going down. All right. Come on, Jackie. You know I'm trekking. Let me trek. Let me cook because I'm cooking now. Ain't it crazy?
Hey, the chef is in the kitchen. I'm letting it cook.
So boom. Now they saying all these birds is dying. Why are these birds dying? They're saying that it's bird flu that's killing them. Am I thinking that bird flu doesn't exist? No, it does exist. But bird flu only existed at first in cannibalistic birds because they would eat the sick bird that died. What cannibalistic birds are those? Vultures, motherfucking
hawks, eagles, falcons.
Come on, and then buzzards.
Buzzards,
you gotta
yeah.
understand, we got turkey buzzards down in the south. You know what I'm saying? We got vultures and turkey buzzards out here. So boom, what is another bird that eats everything like a pig? A pigeon.
Ravens, pigeons. Yeah.
Pigeons,
crows.
okay? The CIA bird. So all of a sudden, now all these birds is getting sick, passing off this bird flu from the birds that was eating other birds, which means it couldn't have been chickens. Chickens couldn't give chickens bird flu. It was coming from the other ones. Yes.
Well, pigeons are the number one carriers. They normally carry most of the different diseases.
You know why?
That's why they call them rats with wings.
Yes. So boom. Now we try to figure out, well, how are these flocks of chickens dying, right? Because the pigeons is taking the virus and going and fucking up these motherfucking homestead motherfuckers. Which makes you kind of think of, why would the government throw out bird flu? Because they don't want you to have your own eggs. Because the eggs they've been giving us that they lowered those prices on are plastic. Those are GMO eggs. Those eggs ain't made by chickens. Those eggs are being made in labs.
Yeah.
Because the good eggs that are made by chickens are being scooped up by Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson so that they can make these weird ass antivirals. Okay? That's how bird flu and the eggs and the egg epidemic happened. Okay? The epidemic with the eggs and shit, right? Now let's fast forward to now. Now we getting sick again, y'all. Y'all heard about the new plague we got?
It's a lot of people I've heard lately that's been sick.
It's sick. Yeah, everybody's sick. I'm not, thank God, knock on wood. I've been taking my vitamins and my elderberry shit, but everybody and their grandmama's sick right now. Again. And when did it start? Right after Thanksgiving. Everybody saying, oh, everybody thinking shit back to normal. Start having these little Thanksgiving parties and shit. Now everybody's sick. Everybody been sick by Christmas. Okay?
Well, that's I'm using air quotes because my skin. Let me see if my screen's still freezing. Okay, I'm there. You know, there's hypothetically, if I was wink wink nod nod air quotes This is for intended for entertainment purposes. If I was to be a government official and decide that I wanted to spread something, the ultimate best time of the year outside of protests and things like that to do it would be during Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year.
It's the most wonderful time to spread cheer and germs.
That's when all the families get together. And then what happens on typically for us going to school, it would be about January 4th. I guess this year it'll be what, January 5th,
Fifth.
when everybody goes back to school. Hey, and all of these places will be back up and running full speed back to work. So you just had enough time to be around all of these family members. And if I was to hypothetically put something out there that could get people sick, that would be a spreader. Hypothetically, this would have been the perfect time period to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, hypothetically, of course.
Air quotes. So now we have an egg shortage. So remember the egg shortage happened. Eggs, $5-6 an egg. Wondering why? Because those were still real eggs. Then they started manufacturing the bullshit eggs. Ever since then, that's when egg price went down. And Donald Trump saw, I done made egg prices go down. Right? Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna. Okay. All three of them. Oh, pause. So currently there is a $1.5 trillion money up for grab vibe for any person that can make an all-in-all virus. I mean, all-in-all antiviral. Did you know that? So those three companies are right there trying to fight for this motherfucking funds, this random ass money. Just this money, 1.5 trillion. I don't know who's funding this money quite yet, but there's $1.5 trillion like grant I'll call it a grant. There's a $1.5 million grant to whoever can make an antiviral that is a super antiviral. Okay. So that started in July. Let's fast forward again. Let's do this timeline again. July, August, September. Okay. Eggs. They get the eggs. October, November, December, January. We're back in January. By February, now that everybody's sick again, by February, we're going to have another little hiccup. They're going to be like, oh no, it's the plague, it's the plague, it's the plague. By March, we're not going to have a lockdown this time though. But we're going to have a super jab by July. I promise you that. We're going to have a super jab soon. And when I tell you it's going to be RNA changing and all types of wild that shit, because they done gave us the eggs back. All the chickens not sick no more. Ain't gonna be no avian flu. Ain't gonna be no baby flu. Ain't gonna be no rheumatoid, rubinella. None of that. They're gonna have a super shot before the end of the year. This is my 2026 prediction. By the end of the year, they're gonna have a super shot. Watch.
And
yeah,
I guess
the eggs. Watch how the egg prices go. If the egg price go back up, just know they testing them trials.
I would say at the end of this, since you kind of brought that up, I figure, normally you would do some kind of like at the end of the year, we always do predictions at the end of the show. We're at the start of the new year. So we'll do our predictions after this segment at the beginning. And for people who are like, why is he doing air quotes? It's because I don't recognize this as the real new year.
We'll highlight you in March.
The new year actually coincides with the spring. This is a holiday to Lord Janus, the god Janus, and the battle of Tiamat and Marduk. I don't know for those who know about that history or not, but that's a whole nother subject. If y'all want to get into it, y'all can ask me and I'll fill y'all in later. But it is the calendar new year, so I will take it as that. Russia, China, and the United States all pulled. Tom, let me start your comment because yours and Hamza, I want to save that for when we get into that segment because it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot of meat on that bone. That's all I'm saying. It's a lot of meat on that bone. But good to see you in the new 2026. Tom uh, says good evening and much love to you and your loved ones also. I would say also with knowing how Jack Welch has engineered, the modern corporations on going after shareholder profits, and that's their religion, shareholder profits. And with the decline of all the plague related stuff, the C-19 as they call it, they need their next. What's the next thing? What's that next juice that you're going to need to juice those stock prices? And so something has to be around the corner for said certain pharma companies. That's all I will say.
It's dog, because I'm ever since then. Now this is a crazy thing. The reason that I even know this is because one of my friends works for USDA, and he works with the influenza team for USDA. And when I tell you,
we see you.
Who's that? Is that
Yonina? Yeah.
Hi, yo. I was wondering who the hell that was.
Hey, Yonina, tell her what she missed last week.
I know. Go ahead and bring me up to speed. But but yeah, my friend told me that, and then we started talking about the eggs, and he was like, "Did you know that they make the jab in eggs?" And I was like, "What?" They was like, "Yeah, they use eggs, as incubators for them." And I went, "What?" And I was like, I was like, now think about why egg prices went up. Now think about why they kept saying birds are dying. Stop looking for eggs. What the fuck? So I'm only waiting. I'm waiting. As soon as I see eggs start rising, as soon as I start seeing the ticket for an egg go up, I'm going to come back on this motherfucker and be like, told y'all niggas, go get you some eggs.
Yonina says, yes, they use eggs and peanut butter.
Because they modified the dog. Don't even get me on that. I know goddamn George Washington Carver in his grave rolling.
It's a lot of stuff that probably rolling about. So I guess well, I'll hop on to my 20s. I'm sorry to make you yawn. I'm yawning and shit.
Yes, this contagious.
I know. It's kind of interesting science when you go into the science behind the yawn. But anyway, it just shows honestly that we're communal people in general, all of us. That's the reason why your yawn is even contagious even through your animals. Because they're pack animals. What?
I never knew that.
Oh, really?
No, I just thought Medusa be mocking me because she does stupid shit like that. Like, I didn't know that it's really a communal thing. Like, it's an instinctual. That is so cute. Oh, I'm sorry, dudes. I thought you were just being
because you're part of her community. Yeah, y'all are a pack.
That's so funny.
That's how she sees it.
Yeah, because I'll stretch and yawn.
You're the pack leader, but yeah, she still sees you as part of the pack.
Yeah.
Because for those who don't know what I'm talking about, scientifically, it was proven years ago that when one person yawns, if any of the other people who are around them are tired at all, they will yawn also, because it's the body's way of understanding that, the community, how it used to be is they would all wake up at the same time, they'd all go to sleep at the same time, so their bodies were on a certain schedule and on sync, and it's a reminder, hey, I'm tired, wait a minute, you're tired, we're tired, it's time for the village to wind down and rest. And so it's the same thing with pack animals. If you see a whole pack of wolves wake up together, go to sleep together, all get tired at the same time, all eat the same time. And so because we're all pack animals and pack people, whatever, you guys get what I'm saying. And they've even proven this throughout dogs, cats, and other animals, how that yawn can get passed from the human all the way through these different animals. But I guess my prediction that I would start off with, well, it's kind of a cheat to say what's going on right now because it's already kickstarted stuff. I think I kind of said it a little bit last week, or I don't know if I went into it or not. Man, I need my coffee. I don't know. I might give Till a little break, just going ahead and talk about whatever for a minute because I might need to go get my
some coffee.
But
I got my latte right here, and you ain't alone.
yeah, I was dealing with, as you can see, my super grainy like 2001 screen that I have going on. But what would I say? Wait a minute. They once had green monkey.
Hey, Jackie, that is not a myth. That is definitely true.
Yes, that is 100%
That's
fact.
100% true. Because I have nothing but females. I manage nothing but females, and the 2 females, my assistant and stuff. Yeah, it's like clockwork. They know when I'm about to, and then they right behind me. It's insane. But yeah, you do sync up.
Believe it or not, also, even if you put one man, let's say husband and wife, and they got 3 daughters, and let's say the mom lived there too, because of all the estrogen that's in the system, the man's actual testosterone levels will drop and estrogen will increase. So it takes away his natural instincts of rage, violence, all that stuff, and makes him more communal with women.
Also, if your nigga cheating, the chick he cheating on, and y'all cycle's gonna link up. So if your cycle changes by a couple days, gonna have to sit down with that nigga and start moving some furniture. And it's crazy. And I'm talking about if you were a 28-day bing 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 type of female, and now you 29, 27, 32, go and move some furniture on him because he cheating. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
because your cycle will get as close to her cycle, and y'all will link up because of that man.
Oh,
Crazy, right?
true. Especially, yeah, because he messing with
Because he's
hers and
digging,
then messing with
yeah,
yours.
and
And
messing with yours. Exactly. He's messing up y'all clocks. But
yeah,
people don't want to look.
especially,
But people don't want to really talk about that. Because I be feeling bad for my little Hebrew Israelite dude. Because he got 4 daughters and 6 wives, I think, something like that. Boy, I'd be fighting. I'd
you
be
like,
fighting
no,
in that house.
you couldn't be one of them women, huh?
I mean, I don't have a problem sharing or all of that good stuff. I just be mad as hell. We all linked up
Yeah, because all y'all gonna be, it's your most irritable at the same
at the
time.
same time. I'm gonna be like, bitch, why are you breathing?
Hmm.
Why are you breathing?
That's like that one comedian. He was like, that's how you know when you just mad at somebody, when you just be mad about everything. He'd be like, do you gotta breathe on every breath?
Yeah, that's such a good question though, because I would be asking that too. Like, you got to take a breath every time.
I mean, damn.
You can't just
I
skip. But yeah, go
and I
get some
know
coffee real
it.
quick. I'll talk some shit while
If
I.
if I'm annoyed about stuff, I understand that too. That's people who are like, they don't really like controversy or confrontation,
Mm-hmm.
and they be trying to like get past the anger, but they really mad about it and don't want to accept it, and so they be letting it out in other ways.
I just
They be
really wish
like,
you would stop breathing right now.
like, do you really got to stand up like that? Like what?
Like what? With both your legs. You got to use both your legs to
You got
stand up.
why you standing up all fast?
Like, I just got up because I had to pee. You got to pee every time.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hold it a little bit. Golly.
And why you pee so loud sitting down? Like, there's nothing else I can do about that. We gonna be creep it out, trip.
I don't know, but don't. You making a lot of noise. Is you splashing on the back or something? Like, that's a lot of noise. But no, go ahead and get you your cup of Joe.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it.
Jackie said all the men in the chat are like Jackie and her big mouth. Oh well. Actually, this is
You bet that's educational purposes. Y'all need to know that.
this is what I'm gonna do. Actually, let me unplug my mic so that I can hear. Actually, no. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change my sound so that I can hear while I'm working on my stuff, so I can know what to come back to. But I'm gonna throw out my 2026 prediction.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what's something that's not clear and fucking obvious right now, because with this move that just got kicked off. Something that I see that is not clear and obvious. I think
Falcon.
everything is starting to become clear. But I guess the one thing that I would say is that we are probably going to see a huge uptick in people starting to lose their job towards the end of the year to AI. That I know people have talked about it, but I think we're going to actually start to see real effects of that soon. And I'll go into it a little bit later after I come back, but that's something I see that's going to be on
I'm
the
ready to
rise.
talk that shit when you come back because I'm about to say, bro. Well, you can hear me. You're gonna be able to hear me, right? I'm
Listening.
glad you said that because remember in the Matrix when okay, cool. Remember in the Matrix when they showed the computer section of the Matrix and all the computers were like working on and making other robots and stuff. And I think this was Lawrence Fishburne's voice. I think it was him narrating about what happened towards the end of the world. And they was like, you know, it all started when they started building these motherfucking data centers. The data centers got built. The AI got created. The AI was then too privy of itself. It started building the robots. The robots started building the other robots, and then they killed the humans. And that's the Matrix. That's all I wanted to say on that. Because I can already see it coming. You got a sweatshirt, Jackie? I'm so happy. I really wish you don't have to take a picture with your face, but we would love for you to take a picture of your merch and share it with the world and the community so that they know, one, we got merch, and two, Marcus don't be lying when he say we're gonna send you a sweatshirt, even though I haven't gotten my sweatshirt.
I already yours is coming to you.
You hear me talking shit, right? Now, you know what I'm saying? Because even you got a sweatshirt, and I'm on this motherfucker. But no, I really feel like currently we are in the beginning stages of us really having our own little motherfucking Matrix moment. Like,
Can you hear me all right?
yes.
Okay, because I know I'm like standing up, I'm moving around, walking and shit. So I'm over making my coffee. But what I was gonna say is you're right about the data centers, that's where it starts. And so where we're gonna really start to see that start to kick in, is after they start building the data centers and after they start getting it up and they get full AGI, not just AI, because the AI right now, it's kind of cheat AI because it's backstopped by people who are sitting in the office like typing extra shit in there and kind of using computer assistants. But when it gets to AGI, that's going to be the computer literally getting in and doing the fucking work. I don't know if y'all seen it, but if you look into, I think it's China right now. China is actually working on a AI computer Olympics. So yes, robots who are going to be fucking competing against each other. Oh well, I will be working on other stuff. Greetings. I see Lady Alex is in the building. I don't know, do I sound extra loud standing up talking?
No, you actually sound good. Even if you over there, if you're doing shit, you sound good to still be in the mix. So I'm glad that you brought up China, and I'm also glad that you brought up the data center. So Virginia is the biggest data center, like metropolitan, like we're like the metropolis of data centers. I didn't know that until recently, but yeah, we are the metropolis of data centers currently, right? And with that being said, I also understand, and we're going to talk about this with this whole Venezuelan thing because this is not about drugs. Nobody gives a fuck about drugs, but these minerals and stuff. And if you don't know anything, every country that has had issues or some type of static in the last, I don't know, 2 to 3 years is a country that has minerals, like precious minerals. And so last week when we was talking our shit, I brought up the fact that we don't give a fuck about drug dealers, so why we fucking with Venezuela over some funky ass oil? It's not oil, it's fucking goddamn minerals. And then Nigeria getting bombed on Christmas, same fucking thing, fucking minerals. So I say all that to say this is that China is the only country. Did y'all know China's the only country that has their own, they have the biggest stake in lithium? They hold the most lithium. Did you know that, Marcus? Oh, your mic's back off. Sorry. But yeah, China.
No, I know that about China and the lithium. Because they got that and all that stuff that's the reason why they so far ahead on the superconductors.
Yes, because they are connected with that fucking lithium connect. Like that's they popping off with that shit. That's why they're so far ahead of us when it comes to like their battery technology. That's why our batteries are coming from China. You know, all the shit that's gonna function and power our AI come from these niggas. Well, they're not niggas, but these China people, right? And so when you said that and you were like, oh, I know you're gonna come back on. We're gonna talk about Venezuela, but like when I learned all of this in reference to like how shit's popping off, nobody cares about drugs. I really want people to understand. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about drugs. They're trying to fund this AI. They taking us out, bro. Either the data centers are gonna create so much global warming that the world blow up any fucking way. The data centers are about to create so much AI that the robots gonna kill us anyway. Or we about to do so much damage to the earth that niggas is gonna get to fighting so bad that we blow each other up anyway.
Yeah, the only thing
you know what I'm saying?
I'll say that it's not that it's not the oil, but the oil ain't the only reason.
No, it's not. Venezuela has oil. They have lithium. They
got
gold.
oil. They got oil, lithium. They got gold. Also, they got cobalt. There's a plethora of things that they have,
and they all function this bitch right here.
Mm-hmm.
All of it.
Nickel, the nickel cambium that's needed.
Yes, the 24 karat gold goddamn conductor. You can get all that shit from Venezuela.
And that's also, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's also a push right now going on with China and Taiwan. There's a upstir right now with them also.
Yes.
And that upstir is and I honestly blame the US because people will think, oh, well, look what China's doing. China's peeps game. And they realize, okay, I know we said one China policy, but y'all get to have your autonomy and do your own thing over there. But we know what the US is going to do. If we don't bring them up under our arms completely, the US is eventually going to come over here and start putting bases over here and shit like that. And then be like, oh, you can't touch them now. And that'll be their secret way of trying to get in and take the superconductors and shit from Taiwan. All this is about the AI push.
All this is about the AI push. These niggas about to create goddamn matrix for real.
And that's the reason why I say all the time that it's never one thing, it's always multiple things. Think about it. If Venezuela has the money off of oil and gold and stuff like that, why the fuck would he need to sell drugs? That shit don't even make no sense.
He runs the whole country. Why he need to sell bags? Does that really make sense, y'all? That don't make no sense.
Well, it's kind of like a plot of a movie I just saw recently. You got one is a fucking engineer, and the other one is a highly paid accountant, and they out there fucking trying to rob armored trucks. That don't make no fucking sense. You got a safe job, and you're gonna try to die for getting, millions and not possibly being a fugitive. That don't make any sense. That's like plaids and shirts. That shit don't go together.
It don't. Ham, no burger.
You said ham, no burger.
It don't make sense.
I remember that one comedian, Hamburger.
Hamburger. That was my mama's favorite comedian too. So yeah. But yeah, this shit sound like Kool-Aid, no sugar. Ham, no burger. Don't make sense.
No, what I honestly believe is going on is we are looking at a power play that's going on. And since we've kind of moved into the Venezuela topic, I got some videos that I wanted to share. Let me hop back down here real quick. And sorry, anybody who's been putting comments that I haven't added in. Let me show these first. Because Hamza said this earlier and I peeped it, but I was like, it's not the right segment. But Hamza said Iran is next. I vehemently believe that they're next. But that's a whole other topic. We ain't gonna go there. Hamza jumping. He jumping in there, but we will go
I
into
told you
that.
this motherfucker's brilliant, bro. Hamza
Oh
be
no,
talking.
I know Hamza knows his shit. I mean,
He be trying to downplay us, and he's like, I'm just a normal guy, guys. I'm just shut up, Hamza.
We're probably gonna find out Hamza got like 3 master's degree and run a Fortune 500 company or some shit.
Baby, he didn't. Fuck 3 master's degrees. He got a Fortune 500 company without the degree. He just do it because he's smart.
He got like 172 IQ or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Tom's, I saw his too. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit that and I'm gonna bring that back around. Said Russia, China, and the United States all pulled a jack move on Venezuela. That's exactly what's going on. I tried to explain that to somebody. I was having lunch with somebody, and he was saying that, you know, the people in those countries are miserable, this and that. I'm like, why the fuck? Why are they miserable then? And it's like, well, because he's this bad dictator. I'm like, you know what? All the countries got bad dictators, including this one. We have one. Every country is doing the same shit. When you're talking about, oh, well, they snatched this person off the street. They snatch people off the street here all the time. What are you talking about? You've never heard of rendition? They made a fucking movie about it. About this lady's husband. This got yanked off the streets, American citizen. This shit happens. And what I wanted to say to him, I said, the difference between these other countries and the United States, what you're not factoring in when the country's running shitty like that, is what sanctions does the United States have on these countries? How much involvement does the United States have through corporations, through CIA, through funding other governments? How many other governments are around fucking with this one country? So you're looking at this country thinking, oh, it runs like shit. They don't know how to run their country. But you're ignoring all the outside influences. That's like watching 2 people run a race. One person is literally being pulled back by a rope, and the other person's running freely. And you're like, well, I don't know why he can't catch him. Bitch, open your eyes. You'll understand why. And it's the same situation. Many of these countries, air quotes, third world countries, are being kept down because of the United States and the West as a whole. And then when people flee those countries and come to America, then everybody is fucking surprised and so upset. It's like you fuel the people to come in. It's just like Great Britain, how they're so mad about all the Arabs coming into their country. Well, how about, remember that little thing called Iraq and the war on terror? When you let the United States go in and bomb the shit out of all the Middle East, where the fuck you think they're gonna go? And you supported that, all of these people through Great Britain, through I'm not gonna throw Scotland under the bus or Ireland. They kind of was like, nah, they wasn't with it. But France was with it. The Spanish government was with it. I know the people of Spain, most of them wasn't rocking with it, but Germany was with it, and most of Europe was with it. And so they all were perfectly fine with running up in the Middle East and destroying this and killing over 1 million people. Where the fuck do you think these people are going to go? You obliterated their country and didn't rebuild shit. And that's kind of the hypocrisy. World War I, World War II, at least y'all went back and rebuilt the shit you destroyed. But you said, fuck them Arabs. And come to brown people, you ain't going to fix their shit, huh? I get you. I'm sorry, I ran a little tangent there.
No,
but I don't know. It's just some shit that it always pisses me off. I watch people get so mad about these people coming into the country. Now, I understand once they come in the country, if you're going to shuck and jive for power, for us to be pissed off at you, that's a whole different issue. Or if you came into this country and now you shitting on people in this country, I understand people having a problem with you. But you go into another person's country, you fuck up all the opportunities, then you surprise them they come to your fucking country? I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. But
maybe that's a good critical thinker and you can see through the bullshit.
Let's see. Which one did I want to share first? There's a couple of videos I want to share. Quit popping up. Let's see. Okay, I guess I will share this one first. So, actually, let me share my screen before I do anything else. Share screen. So, name of the article is U.S. plans to run Venezuela and tap its oil reserves, Trump says, after operation to oust Maduro. That it just surprised me, honestly, that it's so brazen. That's honestly the thing that surprised me more than anything. At least under Obama, they tried to play a little game. Like, oh no, the elections, they weren't legit. So we got to come in and do this and do that. But here, let me play this real quick.
No, mira, yo vivo aquí en Chacao y hace como aproximadamente hora y media comenzaron a sentirse aviones volando y explosiones. Y varias explosiones, por lo menos como unas 8 o 10. Y bueno, y salí ahora a dar una vuelta. Aquí lo que podemos conseguir es el humo, no es ese humo que hay ahí que huele como a creolina. Eso es lo que... Pero parece que las explosiones fueron aquí en la Carlota.
So there's. I'm not going to show the propaganda video to go along with it, but did you want to hop in, Till?
I just want to know why it looked like it was a 4th of July parade. That's all. It looked like a 4th of July parade. It did. I didn't believe it at first.
Huh?
I didn't believe it at first. There's a reason. There's a couple of reasons why I just could not believe it. Because like, why are we minding their business? How do we have time to mind their business?
I couldn't believe it either, but I couldn't believe it because of just like, are we really gonna do that? We're
going to war with Venezuelans. We're taking people's presidents.
I'm like, we really gonna take it that far, Trump?
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's the route you want to take. That's the route you want to take with this. Because here, let me read some of this. Caracas, Venezuela. Hours after an audacious military operation that plucked leader Nicolas Maduro from power and removed him from the country, President Donald Trump said Saturday the United States would run Venezuela at least temporarily and tap its vast oil reserves to sell to other nations. What the fuck?
Go ahead, read it out loud.
I gotta read that shit again.
Read it out loud.
Said Donald Trump said Saturday that the United States would run Venezuela at least temporarily and tap its vast oil reserves to sell to other nations. So this dude just decided, yeah, I'm gonna go sweep into a couple other countries. I'm gonna go take your shit and sell to other countries that you have no say so on. Like, honestly, I don't know how Trump ain't impeached on some shit like that.
Why isn't there another country coming and getting this nigga?
Because they ain't strong enough to.
Why hasn't somebody come to pick this motherfucker up?
Ain't strong enough. That's the only reason why. Only reason why nobody's done it because they ain't strong enough to do it.
Child, that man can't spell shame. Shame. Trump, the only person that I know can spell shame without M-E in it.
Yep.
That was smooth. Y'all gotta pick that up. I'm gonna say it one more time for you. Trump is the only man on earth that can spell the word shame and still leave out M-E.
I'm just blown away that this motherfucker. Actually, I'm not blown away because I honestly don't think he's smart.
He's not. Somebody else got to be doing this thinking.
Well, this isn't a smart move at all. I know to the Warhawks, this is brilliant, but this is dumb. I'm gonna explain to you why this is dumb. And let me read a little bit more. I guess since temporarily I got me a cup, I can throw my camera back on. Y'all can see my ugly mug. But I'm gonna explain why this is dumb. So let me get back to what screen do I got it on? Yes, I know my USB's not working. Okay, I'll fucking plug the shit. There, stop popping up. So let me hop back over here. And it says, the dramatic action cap an intensive Trump administration pressure campaign on the South American nation and its autocratic leader, and months of secret planning resulted in the most assertive American action to achieve regime change since the 2003 invasion of Iraq. But here's the difference. What's the difference between this and Iraq, Teal?
Yeah. Time zones?
Well, that
new president, who this?
Well, the difference is, even though it was a fig leaf of trying to be democratic, you still ran this to Congress. This motherfucker just decided unilaterally, I'm just going to take people out of office. This is setting a very, very negative precedent. And but because at least when they got Congress involved, Congress said, okay, we support you doing this and this and this because of this and this and this. Now, when you just do it this way, countries are going to feel like, well, why even hold back? Why, why not go to our worst instincts? Because y'all do realize the reason why some of these cartels have never went after senators and governors and all that shit is because they've been held back, right? Because people have said, I know I can't necessarily take you down. It's a huge power imbalance, but don't do this, don't do that. And because, okay, Venezuela might not be able to go after Trump. But you think they can't take out Marco Rubio? And the crazy part about it is, this is Marco Rubio's doing. This is the person whose hands is all over this. Anybody who's following, especially from my time living in Florida, one thing I know is him and his constituent care about one thing. They care about internal politics into Central and South America, controlled in the Latin American countries. And most of those people who he backs, who's backing him, are Cuban nationals. And I would say in particular, I always break them into Castro Cubanos or Batista Cubanos. And for those that don't know the difference, the Castro side would be the socialist communist side, and the Batista side would be the laissez-faire capitalist side, the predatory capitalist side. That's the difference. Yes, I definitely agree with you, cuz. I agree. I agree. Don't get me wrong. This is what they do. I know this is what they do. But before, when they at least tried to hold some kind of fig leaf that they were following some form of rules, it kept things a certain way. Now you're setting it up where these countries feel like, you know what? I don't have any other means but to just fucking go rogue and just do shit. And so now you have the possibility that And they show like the reason why I don't want to show that one clip where it's showing all the people like, oh, we're so happy, yeah, he's out of power. Imagine in the United States, if somebody took Trump, how many Americans would be cheering their asses off too? It's the same kind of thing. A portion of the country is going to be, this is the worst thing ever that happened. How could they come and violate our sovereignty? Or another one will be like, how could they take our God King? But then there's other people like, fuck his ass. I'm glad Trump's bitch ass is gone.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Wicked old witch. I mean, just look at Wizard of Oz. The Munchkinville was singing death to this witch, but the flying monkeys was crying.
Mm-hmm.
Catch my drift?
Yep, it's the same thing there. He gonna have enemies in this country. There's no leader who's not gonna have enemies. So by showing a group of people who are so happy that he's out of power does not mean that reflects the rest of the population. Also, it does not mean what's coming after is better. This is one thing that I found even talking to plenty of Venezuelans. They don't really understand how the CIA is infiltrated into their country. They don't understand like how the U.S. sanctions affect their country.
They're not understanding that we literally came in, blew the door off the hinges, and pointed to everything in this living room called Venezuela and was like, hey, by the way, all this shit ours.
Yeah, because I realize other countries still suffer, even with Congress agreeing. But if you don't at least have some kind of stopgaps to slow some of this shit down, then it leads to okay, well, fuck it. That's how we plan. It ratchets things up another notch. That's what I'm saying. And so if you have Venezuelans decide that they just want to come through the streets and just start spraying people up, that's what I'm saying. When you start doing stuff nakedly like this, it ratchets it up the stakes more. It's not the same as like, getting people inside the country to betray their own people. You get what I'm saying? Now you're literally just strong-handing saying, fuck your sovereignty. I'm going to do this in your country.
Mm-hmm.
That's different than manipulating and paying some people to betray their country. And that's all I'm saying. Both are bad. Both are wrong. It's just like, is anybody going to say like that BTK and Charles Manson are both not evil? No, nobody's going to say that. One did it with his own hands and one manipulated other people to do the same actions. In the end, people still died. It's just a matter of how it's done. Definitely is different. And
I'm agreeing with Jackie.
Jackie, okay, let me read. Says the people of Venezuela who are celebrating are either idiots or paid actors, because no matter how terrible a leader is like Starmer, I wouldn't like it if the U.S. did a regime change in the UK. That's the point I'm trying to bring across. When you violate another country's sovereignty, I don't care how bad you claim the leader is. People will rather deal with their own internal issues instead of having another country come in and just do whatever the hell they want to.
Yeah, because like, why are they not rioting? The way I be turned the fuck up. I mean, I don't care for Bush, but what you not finna do is come in my house and knock all my shit on the floor.
Yeah, and I put this one on the screen. Thomas said, CIA backed inside job. They are still conquistadors in Venezuela who need the American empire to subjugate the people and take resources. That's what I'm saying. And this lady that they're about to install into power, who's going to do every bit of their will, it's going to make life even harder in Venezuela. I have no doubt in my mind shit's about to get harder. And I was talking to somebody trying to make the argument that things are going to get better for them. I'm like, things are not going to get better. Yeah, I'm talking about a legal aspect. When you do a legal aspect, right now I'm speaking as a devil's advocate, okay? I'm not speaking on that I agree with any of these moves or that, I would do this move this way. I wouldn't do none of this shit. But what I'm saying is, if you are doing these things, speaking on a legalistic matter, there's certain ways things need to go about. But if you're going to say, you know what, law doesn't matter, I'm just going to break the law flagrantly, then everybody's going to do that. And then you welcome chaos. That's what I'm saying. You're welcoming chaos, where I feel some of these people, the way the CIA and all that, they had ways to push, and they've always been dealing with that meddling. Yeah, I agree. Europeans came to America with that same takeover mentality. But what I'm saying is that was back then, and I'm like, oh, do we really want to recreate those times when it's just chaos and free for all? And basically, I know the law ain't even real. I get that. I get you. You're not wrong. I'm not disagreeing, because you're not wrong. All I'm saying is they're putting, by at least trying to do some kind of moniker of taking it through these means of a law system, by at least trying to do this, it at least looks like, okay, there's some semblance of an actual government here. If I'm those other countries, I'm like, no. Just going ahead and just spray on them. Just have war. Not just the government, spray on all Americans. That's how I would be feeling if I was Venezuelan, especially in Venezuela. I'm like, no, you just need to, any American-owned site, get to work. That's what I'm saying. And then Rubio is talking about, Cuba, watch out, you're next.
Whoa.
Oh, you didn't hear that one?
No.
Yeah.
Who was you talking to, Rubio?
Let me see if I got that one.
Boy, we'll beat your ass right now. Why are you fucking with Cuba?
Because.
Have you not watched Scarface?
And I'm telling you, this is part of this is part of Rubio's side of things. This is part of Rubio's side of things. Rubio is completely down with regime change all throughout these countries. It's not like, if people think Venezuela was the end and beginning of this, it's not.
Oh no, this is just the start.
Once you do Cuba also, you want to know which country's coming next after that? Because Trump has hinted at it. You want to know what's coming next? Huh?
Not Nigeria?
No, much closer to home.
Puerto Rico?
Well, Puerto Rico's already a Commonwealth.
Haiti?
Mm-mm.
Who?
Haiti, they already got works in Haiti. They got Kenyans up in there. They doing some stuff with Haiti already. Mexico.
Damn.
Yeah, Mexico is what's next. Because he's already talked about the cartels and it's a narco state, and talked about possibly, I'll send in troops to help the president. That's what he said. He wants to help Sheinbaum. She's like, nah, I don't need your help. I got this. He goes into Cuba next. He is going to Mexico after that. Mark my words. We're gonna send troops in there, and then we're gonna start taking shit from them too. Now what you're doing is, see, what I'm trying to say legal wise, by holding this up and weighing out, terrorist regime, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. They had even more of a, even though they didn't have a leg to stand on with Iraq, they had at least a more of a logical argument for Iraq than Venezuela. I mean, that made no sense at all. But it's because the neocons, the Latin American neocons, actually I won't even say Latin, I'll say the Cubans. It's mostly the Cubans and the wealthy Venezuelans who come. It's the ones who come over to this country and have disdain for it because they had to pay taxes. It's the ones who want to get it back to how it used to be, where you had the extreme rich and the extreme poor. They want it back to that. They want it back to no taxes. They want it back to I can live high on the hog, do whatever I want, and you basically have like basically you have all these favelas like what you have in Brazil. This is what they want. The Ciudad Paletas. That's what they want. They want the pallet cities that you see in northern Mexico outside of like the Amazon place. This is what they want. And they're gonna go back to third world type poverty with a handful of people making money, which that's a blueprint of where the United States is going.
That's what I was about to say. So they mocking us?
No, they're setting up the blueprint from where we're gonna go. Because when I talked about the AI and the AGI, that stuff coming in, the goal of that eventually is to basically put us out of work.
Oh, so we can get our free Elon Musk time?
I'm telling you, I'm trying to remember what was it I saw. It was a real good video about not amazing Lucas. Shit. What's his name? Crap, why come I'm blanking on the kid's name? I'm calling him a kid like he's super young. Young Don. You know what Young Don is, right?
Who's that?
Let me see. Young Don. What video he was talking about the other day? Because I think it was just clicking to him how screwed we are. Trump human traffic, Maduro, and his wife. Yep, he did. Which honestly, I'm trying to remember what they're called right now. I'm blanking on the name of the cartel that's down there in Venezuela. Because they don't even really pump drugs. That's not what they do. What is their name?
They don't care about drugs?
No, that's not even the cartel that's down there. That's not their main thing. Let me look them up. I don't know if somebody remembers before. Please remind me. Let's see. What's the name of them? Why come I can't remember? Is it Del Soles? No, it's another one that I can't remember. I don't think they operate directly out of there. Yeah, that's what it is. Tren de Agua. De Aragua. Sorry. They do human trafficking. You never heard of Tren de Aragua?
No.
They do a lot of human trafficking. That's how you have so many Venezuelans who are in Florida.
That's insane. Okay. News to me.
Yeah, they mostly do human trafficking. They do, the coyotes. That's their main thing. And they traffic some of them into the country. They traffic some of them for other more nefarious things. That's all I'm going to say.
How are that nefarious?
Yeah. So that's the cartel that I'm talking about. That's the main cartel which operates out of Venezuela. Now the Cartel del Soles, they do some small time drugs. They're not a huge cartel, not when you compare to Sinaloa or something like that, or even if you were talking about the Neo Cali cartel that you have in Colombia. They're not on their levels. And I'm trying to remember, there was another one which is because you have Sinaloa, which is kind of gonna have more this whole region here, and then you have not Jalisco, Juarez. You have the cartels that are out of what is it called? It's like this. I don't know why I want to say something Sun Pacific, something like that. But they control this whole other region. And I used to remember it more clearly when I was following a lot of the stuff with El Chapo. But oh wow, you already talking. That's let me start your comment there. I'm gonna say that one. Are they gonna send Venezuelans back that are cheerleading for this? I hope they do. I really hope they do. Because I guarantee you things are not about to get better for them. Things are not about to get better. I'm telling you, pallet cities. That's what you need to get ready for down there. And that's what that whole lady, which they gave the Nobel Peace Prize to her, they're going to go and install her in, and she's going to be rubber stamping. You're just going to have barrels and barrels of everything. I can't remember the lady in, I think it's Aztec history, not Mayans, but in Aztec histories who completely sold out her whole, who sold out the Aztecs. Basically, the conquistadors couldn't get through. And she basically like unlocked the doors and let them come in to slaughter her own people. This is that lady. Dang, what? I don't know. Brain fog. I can't remember.
Well, thank God for history repeating itself.
Yeah. Let me see. Who was betrayed Aztecs? Because it's like Donna Marina Malinche. Malinche. Have you ever heard of that before? Huh?
No, she sold out. She sold out her people like the Africans sold us out.
Yeah, La Malinche. I'm so tongue-tied today. La Malinche. A Nahuan woman who served as crucial translator and advisor for Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés, helping understand and navigate the complex Aztec world, leading to the downfall of the Aztec Empire. Her role is highly controversial in Mexican history, seen by some as a traitor. They literally gave her a whole term. She has her own term. And so in Mexico, sometimes if you're called a traitor, you're called, Malinche.
That's not gonna be a hell of a way to live in your afterlife.
Yeah. It's like malinchistas or something like that is what they call traitors. Basically off of you became... I imagine that Teal, like people like, you know what, Teal was so fucked up, I'm gonna call people, man, you a Teal. That's messed up. And so that's what this lady is about to be in Venezuela. She's gonna be the new traitor. Watch. History repeating itself.
What's going on with the head of Mexico? How's she doing? Is she doing all right? They about to get her ass next?
You talking about Claudia? Claudia Sheinbaum? Yeah. She said that she doesn't want no help in the Mexico, but guarantee it's coming. She ain't gonna have no choice. Watch. Trump is gonna run troops up in there, attacking cartels. And here's the thing: the difference between Venezuela, it all depends. If Trump goes in with air support and he attacks the country that way, it's going to be a whole different ball game. If he goes in with ground troops, some of them coming home in body bags. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Oh, the Mexicans gonna send them back, heads back.
I mean, because everybody still thinks the cartels are like, just kind of like some cowboys shooting it up that you see in some of the movies and that you see on some of the teles. If you watch some of those, on Univision or what's the other channel? I'm blanking on Telemundo. you watch some of those and you see how some of them operate on there, and they got a pickup truck and they hopping out in their jeans and cowboy boots, cowboy hats, shooting it out. Some of them are Delta Force level trained. Some of them are Navy SEAL level trained, 82nd Airborne level. And when we go in there fighting them on their own ground, you're going to see body bags start coming back. And here's another thing with the cartel, which is the more dangerous part. Yeah, you can go in there, you can do all that stuff. Guarantee you, it's going to be some bodies that are going to drop on the American side too. Because if you think that they don't know all the routes to get into this country, if you think they don't know how to get to, see, here's the thing which these people in the Trump administration don't understand. Trump is protected. You guys aren't. And I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if you see Marco Rubio end up with, you know, a little card or something, you know, a little spider on it, La Araña. You get your little spider on there, yeah, letting you know death is coming. I'm just saying that we're playing a dangerous game. Keep going. You want to keep knocking off these leaders, they are going to get together and fight back against you if you keep doing this shit. And that's what I see coming. I mean, and what was the other? Let me see if I got the other clip, because I had so many different clips in here that I wanted to share. I think this is. Oh no, that's a whole nother one. I forgot about that one. That was Malaysia. Even going to that one. Let's see. Here it is. Is this the one with him saying? Yeah. Let me share.
I mean, it's in total collapse. And by the way, you know, they were, you know, all the guards that helped protect Maduro, this is well known, their whole spy agency, all that were full of Cubans. I mean, they basically, it's amazing. This poor island took over Venezuela in some cases. One of the biggest problems that Venezuelans have is they have to declare independence from Cuba. They tried to basically colonize it from a security standpoint. So, yeah, look, if I lived in Havana and I was in the government, I'd be concerned, at least a little bit.
Are you cutting off the oil flow to Cuba from Venezuela?
Well, the president already announced a week ago that anything that's sanctioned, it's sanctioned oil, it's not going to be allowed to get there. So that's an example.
So you see that?
That's insane.
Basically a threat that he's going into these next countries. Oh, shoot. I was going to go to bed at 2 a.m., but I see to get up pretty early, so I'll stay. Oh, shoot. Appreciation. We're glad to have you here for longer. But I'm just telling you, that's the next domino to drop. That's the next. And so, since they're being so heavy-handed with it, I wouldn't be surprised if they take, like, they don't use the CIA, like, sneak in and, you know, put a needle under somebody's pin and, it hits them in the neck and they die. Nah. They're going to just go, you know, dropping troops straight in there with, you know, big naval vessels sitting right off the coast and just going in heavy-handed. And what I'm saying is that is going to lead to, let's say, for instance, you have some of these other countries which, you know, are legitimate terrorists. And they're like, you know what? This dude is fucking with us. How can we fuck with him back? Well, let's click up with these other people. Let's click up with Syria. Let's click up. You get what I'm saying? Or not Syria as a nation, but actors out of Syria, actors out of Iran. Who, okay, you kept saying that I was trying to kill you. Well, bitch, now I am. That's what I'm saying. We have to actually pay attention to and focus on. See, Thomas says Marcus is right. Trump is protected. So he'll throw his team members under the bus when the truth comes out. And that's another thing. Once Trump is, because honestly, I look at the dude's health. I don't know how much longer he really has to live. In a real practical matter, I don't see how Trump survives like super long. I wonder why my work phone keeps going on. I might need to check on that in a second. But anyway, some of these other people, if they don't go down this way, some of these people are going to prison. And somebody like Hexef, who's not that old, I mean, Rubio, these guys are in their 40s as far as I know. Y'all gonna end up going to prison for this shit if you don't get killed.
Aren't these war crimes, Marcus?
Yes, this is highly illegal. This is highly illegal.
Ain't that funny how you gotta ask it with a question mark? Like, ain't these war crimes?
And this is what I was trying to get across. Though the United States have always done this shit by hook or by crook, but at least what they've done is they said, hey, how do we make sure to do our dirt, but at least cover our own tracks so we don't get any blowback, at least in the legal courts? They don't give a fuck about none of that right now because Trump, he holds the courts. And Trump is a person who lives in the moment. He don't give a fuck about what happens after he dies and what happens to the rest of these people. He really doesn't care. You know, kind of like you know how like in the streets they send somebody to go take out somebody, and if that person gets taken out, like, oh well, fuck it, I'll send somebody else. They don't care. And Trump doesn't care about any of these fucking people, and all of these people are literally just mounting up and racking up shit. That's when you eventually have another administration come in, all you motherfuckers are going to be up on cases. Now, the crazy part about that is right now, you're setting a whole bunch of new precedents that, hey, well, fuck it. If the U.S. is just going to come in and they're not even going to try to follow the rules, because if they try to negotiate, like Maduro was like, yo, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. He didn't want none of that. He said, fuck that. I'm taking shit. Then these other countries are going to realize I can't negotiate either with this dude. So if I can't negotiate him and he just going to send people in, spray up all my guards, then fuck it. If I'm going to die this way, I might as well go out fighting. And sometimes, you know what? Instead of waiting for the fight to come to my front door, why don't I go to your front door? I'm telling you, this is setting up a situation. And think about it. You think that these cartels don't know how to get into this country? And they ain't got to go through no fucking tunnels. They ain't got to go through no tunnels. Because I asked somebody, I said, yo, think about this. Think about it this way. How much do the Border Patrol get paid per year?
I don't know. I need to look at their salary.
Anywhere from 50,000 to about 100K. You think if I rolled up on a Border Patrol agent and said, yo, this truck is coming on Thursday at 1 p.m. There's going to be a nice little envelope for you for 50,000. How fast do you think they're going to let that truck in?
Tomorrow.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. As long as Border Patrol agents don't make a crazy amount of money and cartels literally have billions, your doors are not protected. Anybody could walk into the United States and do this shit. In fact, I'm going to give y'all a true example. I'm going to give y'all a true story. It was this one kid when I worked corrections. I remember him saying, you know, it's all good. I'm not tripping about nothing. So what? They deport me. I don't care. So I told him, I was like, hey, man, at least when you go back, man, stay out of trouble. He's like, I ain't got to worry about staying back. I'm going to be back. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. He gets deported. This is like a Thursday or Friday. I come back to work on Monday, and I see him. I'm like, I'm a little confused. I'm like, what are you still doing here? He's like, no, I just got back.
Got back from where? Deportation.
This dude got deported all the way to Jalisco. Managed to make his way back across the border, all the way back to Kansas City, do another crime, get caught, and be booked back in a weekend. So you telling me, well, ex-president receives protection for life. Yeah, so I look at Trump's health. I don't even think he's going to need the protection because I think he's going to die before that. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Trump pass and then Biden pass right after him, or vice versa. I would be surprised they pass within the same year both of them die. I could easily see that. And while you at it, Clinton dropped too. That's the reason why all this shit coming out. And also think about the stuff which they brought out. It'd be hard to prove. What is it? An illegal sexual acts with underage. It's gonna be hard to prove any of that for a fact. You're gonna have hearsay, and it's gonna be dependent mostly on witness testimony. Depending on the judge, see how far that goes. But at the same time, what's being ignored is even more crimes that are probably a whole lot easier to prove, and people who are far more guilty of even more than a dirty, creepy old man messing with a 16-year-old. Don't get me wrong, that's horrible. But like I vehemently believe, and I'm the only person I hear talk about this. That doesn't mean I'm the only person that believes this, but the only person that I hear that really talks about this, I think they're doing far more than that. Everybody focuses on messing with, these teenagers or even small kids. I believe that they're doing everything. You remember the movie Hostel?
Yes.
They're torturing people I think all that is happening. All of it. I think people are getting, boxed in with just these handful of crimes that they think are going on. I think all of this stuff is going on. Some of it not illegal. Some of it is you just found an opportunity to go cheat on your spouse. Or maybe you want to hide the fact that you're homosexual. And you doing that down there. Some of that's going on that's not illegal. But some of it, I think, is going further than that. That's where I think the difference with that people, I don't feel a lot of the people who talk about the Epstein stuff connect in. I think it goes further than that. Sorry to dovetail and hop off of that for a second.
No, that was a good one because I this whole thing is what got me. Y'all motherfuckers real goddamn quiet about them Epstein files all of a sudden.
I'll be right back.
I was just trying to figure out. We was all griping. Oh, we need the Epstein files. We need the Epstein files. Now we ain't getting them shits. Now we got Venezuela getting blown the fuck up. Now what? You don't want them shits no more? We're not doing Epstein files no more? That shit crazy as hell, y'all. Crazy as fuck. They done robbed somebody. They done robbed the whole country of a president. We about to be at war with Cuba. We out here making idle threats to people like we got some ground to stand on. And it's only the third day of the year. Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord have mercy. Sorry, y'all. Lord have mercy. Do the documents about Trump being there when an infant was raped and whoa. I don't think I can say that. I should have said
that.
My bad. I was close. I had to see. Nino sent me fucking up the YouTube vibes.
Wow. Yeah. I was wondering why my work phone going off. It was going off. Like, can't help you on that right now. Let's see. Yeah, I had somebody asking me I said, hey, can we get a part of customers down? Like, bitch, it's Saturday. None of these places are open to get anything that you want. Why are you calling? But anyway, sorry. I just think that we dealing with some craziness that's going to come this year. And like I was talking about also another thing, I got kind of a prediction. All of that like cuts that they were doing, we're about to start seeing the effects of all that shit. We about to see the effects of all of that start kicking in. Like I said before, it's gonna be a whole lot of people creating some OnlyFans accounts.
And a lot of them about to be government workers. Ain't a shutdown on the way?
Yeah, it's gonna be another one coming, definitely.
I thought it was coming this month.
I'm not for certain. Yonina, is it coming this month? Says Archer says those Peruvian shamans predicted Trump is gonna fall ill. I've been thought that he's.
Have you seen his hands?
Yeah, all the bruises on his hands.
Yeah.
I saw what was that Redacted took like a poll saying, do you think he has some kind of illness issues or don't worry about it? And I'm like, yeah, I want to say 60% of their people was like, no. What older person doesn't have bruises all over their hands? And I was like,
ones that aren't being abused.
I'm like, they were saying, oh, well, if you get, your blood drawn and all that, don't you have bruises? And I don't know if maybe because different complexions, but I don't ever remember seeing a lot of black elderly people having those purple and blue bruises and shit all over them. And also, we don't bruise the same way, so that's not something that's normal that I'm used to seeing. Not trying to be like racial or anything. I'm just making an observation. I'm not used to. I've never really had that kind of shit except for like boxing and getting hit repeatedly in the fucking face. Then it starts to swell. Yes, you've been confirmed. Yes, another shutdown is this month, but there are provisions for those with EBT dependents. So I don't know. I think it's just going to get interesting. Oh, Audrey said, yeah, I get it. And that makes sense. The Redacted, it's mainly a Trumper audience, so it makes sense. Plus, they're gonna try to cover for their God King anyway. Another thing that I would say is, I guess to wrap up on the whole Maduro thing. Oh, let me see if I got this other video. I say bear with me because I grabbed a couple of videos from TikTok and I'm not sure which one's which. One of them is definitely the video that it's one of the ones I sent you to.
On Instagram?
Not that one. Yeah. I got like a couple of them that I want to share. This is the last thing that I want to share on this whole is this it? Please be it. Yeah, that's the one I want to share with y'all. So I'll share this last thing because somebody whispering in his ear to get this done. Now, granted, one of them is definitely Rubio, but here's somebody else who's whispering in his ear.
Hamas and Iran's and its proxies are a threat not only to us, but to Israel, all America's allies in the Middle East, and to America itself. Venezuela, they're in cahoots with the Maduro regime. They're exporting terrorism to America, to the American hemisphere, and then they want these Hezbollah and Hamas to get their their guys into the United States. So Hamas and Iran's and its proxies are a threat not only to us, but to Israel, all America's.
So you hear what he was saying there? The spin
Yeah.
he pulled,
Yeah.
that Netanyahu has been at Mar-a-Lago, and he's told, and now he's out here talking about how Iran and Hamas are all tied in with Maduro, and they're going to bring terrorism into the United States.
Okay, but this is my all right. First off, how?
How? The shit makes no fucking sense.
Make that make sense. Anybody that's believing that shit is an idiot.
Hamas can barely fight Israel. How the fuck are they going to do anything outside of the country? They have never done anything in their whole entire history outside of Palestine and Israel. But yet somehow we're supposed to be fearful that they're going to do some shit over here. They have never. In fact, Israel has done more shit in the United States to the United States than either of them have ever thought about doing. But I don't get how this dude fixes his mouth to come over here and say this dumbass shit over and over and over.
Okay, this is where I'm at with it. Why the fuck does he sound like RFK? Why does he sound like the apple juice version of RFK?
Mm-hmm.
But Hamas ain't even got no money. Who gonna give Hamas the money to get across the pond? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Like,
are y'all funding Hamas to come over here to do it so that y'all, like, what happens?
Shit don't make no sense to me.
None of it is. You want to know something? I think it's at a point they just be throwing out word salads and whatever sticks. I'm telling you, these people are literally Vice. This is Vice. We're watching. They got rid of the funny Vice, and this is really Vice.
It's a horrible, horrible thing. I mean, let me see. What was the next one in this little?
Hezbollah has operations. The terrorist group Hezbollah, based in Lebanon, has operations that have been widely reported to be based in Venezuela. Iran is operating in Venezuela. Russia, China. It has become sort of the satellite state for the countries who we consider our adversaries and who are bent on trying to do everything they can to destabilize and undermine the West. So Venezuela has become a Hezbollah has operations. The terrorist group Hezbollah.
What?
No sé si fue un barco.
You said that was a boat.
Let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent. Let me hold.
I would like to thank Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of the State of Israel. They promised.
Yeah, this is the lady over here. What was her name? Malinche. Yeah. This is Venezuela's Malinche.
One day we'll have a close relationship between Venezuela and Israel. I myself look forward to visit the state of Israel as soon as we conquer freedom. We will prevail. And I can announce this, that our government will move our Israeli embassy to Jerusalem. I would like to thank Benjamin Netanyahu.
So it's showing the crude oil reserves right here. They have more than Saudi Arabia. And it's not only that they have more, it's the type that they have, because you have what they call a sweet crude and sweet crude and I'm blanking on the other one, like but shoot, I can't remember what the other one's called. But anyway, you have two main different types of crude, and the way that they drill those out and refine those, there are two different types of basic drills that are used, and the Koch brothers have ran out of oil in the area of the ones that they're used to using, and they use this what is it, a bitter crude or whatever. They use this type of crude, whereas like the other one in Canada is more of a sweet crude and stuff like that. So these are the countries are the top top crude oil places. Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, which they already have an inroad in, Iran, which they keep bombing on. Canada, we have a deal with them right now. Iraq, UAE, which they have deals with them. Kuwait, Russia's the one they can't get their hands into, and Libya is the other one they're into. So if you see everyone which is known to have any kind of sizable reserve of oil, that's one of the motivations to get in there, along with all the other things, the gold and the natural resources. And then another reason why they want into Venezuela is the strategic location of it. It's a base camp that they're able to launch out of also. So there's multiple reasons, and this is just the beginning. They're going to continue their colonization going throughout Latin America. Mark my words. So this is going to be, you said oil rigs, Marcus. Trying to remember. Let me look up the different crews. What was it? Different crude. West Texas, light, sweet, and the other heavier source. It doesn't say, but you have a light, medium, heavy, and extra crude, and so these different levels of crude require different types of rigs. And what I mean by oil rigs, the rig is a whole giant setup that they move there and then start drilling in that area. Audrey's just stupid. No comment. Yeah. Canada has a shitload. Honestly, the United States gets most of their oil from Canada. A lot of people don't know that. But they're our biggest trading partner with oil. Well, and other certain natural resources. I would say probably half of the cities that are not half of the cities, but half of the states that are across the northern part of the United States all get like natural gas from Canada. So like Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Michigan, like a lot of these places get natural gas, heated oil, and all that stuff from Canada. You say who didn't? Yonina says who didn't see this Venezuela thing coming? Though we saw the movements right before Christmas. I didn't see it coming because I did not believe that they would be crazy enough to do this shit. I did not believe that they would go this far. And it shows just how unhinged the Trump administration really is. Like they really are like a rabid dog that will bite anybody. And they obviously care nothing about consequences. No, I'm being serious. I did not think that they'd be this crazy, or not crazy. I think they'd be this stupid to do this.
You really thought what?
I don't know. Did you really think that they would do this deal?
No. But I don't put shit past them.
I don't put it past them, but no, I didn't really think that they would go this far. I didn't think they would be dumb enough to go this far. I really didn't think they would be this dumb. Like I thought that they would at least like
Yo, Nina funny. She said Stevie and Ray Charles saw it coming. Bitch.
I really thought that they would do this shit kind of on a sneak type shit, or we would hear, secretly that the CIA. I didn't think that they would just be doing bombing raids across the country and then fucking take this dude out. Which this tells me also, going back to Hamza's comment, we're going to see Iran again. And I think that's going to be sooner than later. I know that there were military installations set up on their border. I know they had been set up, but I really thought that they were just kind of launch these pop shots at the boats more than anything. When I first heard the first ground invasion, I was like, wow, this is fucking bold. But it jumped from them taking out a inert plant that's a drug base to jumping straight up to escalating to taking the president. It's a huge leap. And if I was Iran, I'd be looking at like China and Russia like, yo,
help me, bitch.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Do you understand? If I was Iran, I would be on FaceTime with these niggas every day. You would see my face at China. This close. I'd be this close to the FaceTime every day. China. Do not let them. Don't let them. Help me, bitch. Call Putin. Where's Putin? Put him on the phone. Put him on three-way. We all need to be on here. Because this is crazy. But
if you don't, all they're doing is they're strategically taking out anybody that can assist you later on down the road when they come for your ass.
Yes. Don't let them fuck me, bro. And now I'm really at this point, Marcus, and I've been asking this question, but now I'm like seriously asking you this question. I know it's Welch's apple juice.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's Welch's apple juice, right?
Right.
But who? Because it can't be Netanyahu. It's not.
He's
about
you know what
I'm saying? Like, yes, he may be the poster child, but who the fuck really run this world, bro?
It definitely ain't him.
It's not him.
No.
Him. It was never him, but he's the poster child for them. That's their mouthpiece. Trump is our mouthpiece. Bad choices. I get it. But who is in charge?
And Starmer is over there in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, we all got bad. Sorry, I just got a new candle from Bath and Body Works. It smells so good. I love it. Sorry. But it's like this last month. I'll have to say the last month. I think I asked it beforehand when I was like, yo, who's in charge? Like, I really want to know now who is in charge. But like now, Marcus, I'm at a point where it's like, well, it's not Nosferatu. Yeah. I be fucking that man name up.
I like that.
Oh, anybody but not Tooth. And then I know it's not us. Because if it was us, we wouldn't be getting rid of pennies with they punk asses.
Well, Chris H says Diddy Geopolitics and Nick Cruz, RBN, think that CIA paid people off in Venezuela not to counterattack because the choppers are flying so low, too easy to strike them with Russian missiles. Could be, but that's kind of, for me, how they got it done is less relevant to me as to the fact that they got it done. That's more relevant than how exactly. I mean, of course, it was coordinated. CIA is going to have some involvement with it, whether that was the CIA paying off somebody or whether they got to the strategic places and put in some kind of virus to shut down the systems. I mean, when y'all see this like Mission Impossible type shit, it's real niggas out there doing that shit. It's real people out there shutting down systems and or paying off people, and all that stuff happens. So don't rule any possibility out. But for me, I look more at the fact of, okay, now that it happened, what now from it? Because even if we knew the CIA did it, okay, and what does that change? It doesn't change anything if the CIA did help. I mean, hell, you got this lady right here who ready to roll back in just because she gets a little bit of power to sell out her country. So Are there more sellouts in the country? Hell yeah, there are more sellouts in the country. Especially you've been starving off of country so long. Very easy. Now, I would say the same people who are on the Federal Reserve are the same people who are behind this. Because if you think about this, you got Netanyahu out here pushing the whole Hasbar about all of these different countries who are operating outside of Venezuela. You got him pushing that. You got Trump believing this. And then at the same time, you got somebody like Ellison who's trying to shut down a lot of the airways and communication. And then actually, why I brought up shutting down airways and communication, let me show you one more thing. Let me show you one more thing right here. Oh yeah, Machado, she's set for life to be a traitor.
Jesus. Oh yeah, for life.
Oh yeah, and her grandkids.
That's some shit to always be like, your mama was a traitor, right? I know. Nah, for real. Like, is that some blood shit? Like, that's in your blood too, bitch?
Here, y'all peep out what old boy is saying right here. Let's see, let me unmute this.
What they are saying based on that ranking.
Here, how do I start this shit back over? How do I start this over? What did I do? Let me try a reload. Maybe that'll start it over. Oh no, hopefully. Okay, unmute.
Time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it. And quickly before it's too late.
What do you mean?
I mean that we need to control the platforms, all the social platforms. We need to stack rank the authenticity of every person that expresses themselves online and take control over what they are saying based on that ranking.
The government.
The government should
control the social media.
Yeah. I know it's difficult to hear, but it's time to limit the First Amendment in order.
You hear what he's saying? Time to limit the First Amendment.
You finna take my Instagram away?
Uh-huh. And Larry Johnson quoted this right here from iRobot 2004. Says, to protect humanity, some humans must be sacrificed. To ensure your future, some freedoms must be surrendered. We robots will ensure mankind's continued existence. You are so like children, the robot Vicky was saying. iRobot 2004. So, just saying, this is what people are talking about right now. This is why you have Larry Ellison taking over TikTok. I'm just saying, there's a lot of things going on and being pushed in place. And for some reason, it all seems to benefit one fucking country. But yet this country has no power. And if you said that it was this country, then you're antiseptic.
I'm not a septic tank. Okay? All I'm saying is, if I want to say, fuck that beep, 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 and he just so happened to wear a yarmulke, I should be able to tell them that.
See here, I got to push right here. It says at Dove Girl, the three-headed colonizers, BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, funds much of the settler colonialism is anyway. Exactly. So why do they support it? And if the three-head colonizer that supports them also controls most of America, why are they doing what they're doing?
Make it make sense, y'all.
It's not hard to follow this one. It's not hard to follow this one. And we won't know the exact date, but I'm pretty sure they're the same people who own the Federal Reserve. who own most of these IMFs around the world. Same person who owns international banking and who's running international banking is the same person who's pushing all of this stuff. I mean, I remember a certain quote: "If my sons didn't want war in the world, there would be none." Do you remember that quote?
No, but I was looking at the Skynet would become self-aware, and I'm like, and that's the Matrix.
In fact, Till look that quote up if you're able to. Let me see if I can show you. Let me show y'all this quote. My sons. Let's see. I'm not going to read this one out loud. I'm just going to put it on the screen. Let y'all read it and check it. Let y'all read this and check something real quick.
Where'd it go? It's not in the chat. Oh, I was about to say. I was like, I don't see it in the chat.
Are y'all able to see that in the chat? Now, I'm pretty sure if I hit images, more than likely, it'll come to some quotes. Let's see. Guru Snapper Roth, or other known as Red Shield.
Oh, the Rothschilds.
Said, if my son didn't want war, there would be none. I'm just saying, you're not going to tell me that people who had the power and control, literally, of most banking, especially in its earliest days, somehow lost all that power. Yeah, you're not going to tell me that they lost all that power. In fact, here, I'll drop this down. Let me give y'all another quote. Let me give y'all another quote. Let's see. And this one, Jackie, this one will probably hit more home for her. I care not. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this one more. Yeah, I'm gonna just show y'all one more quote. Put this on the screen for y'all. One more quote. Permit me to issue and control the money of a nation, and I care not who makes the laws. Now, do y'all know the history of let's see, the Napoleonic Wars?
No, not for real, for real.
Well, one of the battles that was going on, Great Britain was looking like they were about to lose to the French. And there was a certain investor in Great Britain at the time who was very prominent investor. And he had couriers who were keeping track of that war. And he saw some of it, but I didn't get taught about it in school. I learned most of it by watching Sharp. This person who was getting this information, what he decided to do was he decided to have them come back and spread a rumor. Now he spread a rumor, and then he started to sell all of his stocks. And the word got out, hey, Rothschild's over there selling everything.
What you mean Rothschild selling everything?
That's what they said. He knows something that we don't know. That guy that just spoke in his ear. And then the courier kind of spreads the information. Hey, the British are about to lose. Napoleon.
What you mean? Yeah, I can hear it. What you mean?
Yeah. Hey, man, we better get ahead of this. Go on ahead. Sell. And then that same very courier sat out and watched and waited for the British courier that was coming, who was officially reporting on the status of the war, where the British were actually going to win and Napoleon was losing. He was going to be taken into custody and all that. Well, he saw him coming back. He hopped on his horse, hightailed it back to Lord Rothschild and told him, hey, they're almost back. Time to buy. So when everybody was sell, he came in, Meyer Amschel Rothschild came in and bought all of Britain's, debt for pennies on the dollar. Therefore, giving him control of the British currency. Once it came in, all of them found out that, hey, the Brits won, not the French. And Rothschild had completely cornered the whole market, took it all. That's why he
monopolized it.
Yep. So that's why he says, permit me to issue and control the money of a nation, and I care not who makes the laws. Because at that point, that's when he took over the British government. Now, at that time, when he was running things in the world, how much power did the British government have?
None.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, were they in charge? Hold on. When they were in charge, didn't they have all the power at the time? Weren't they like big dog on the block?
Yes, Fräulein. Yes. They had all the power. They were running things.
When did they fall off?
It's something like, I don't know. Somebody can double check my math on this. I might be a little bit off, but I believe it's something like over 160 countries that celebrate Independence Day from Great Britain.
Jesus Christ. That's how you know they hate them niggas.
That's how powerful they were. Jackie says they didn't teach us anything about this. Oh, I bet you they didn't teach you this. They don't want you to know this stuff right here. This right here lets you know who's in power. In fact, let's see. Let me put it back to this. Let's see.
They didn't teach you that, Jackie? I want to know what they be teaching y'all over there. Do y'all be learning about our history? I bet you it's all fucked up. Americans eat ketchup every day. I don't. We don't eat ketchup every day. At least I don't eat ketchup. I haven't had ketchup on anything. Shit, I haven't eaten ketchup in years. Hey, do y'all eat beans and toast in the UK?
Yeah, still? They love that. That's they consider that like their comfort food.
I would die. I hate beans.
Let me read this to you. It says no single Rothschild took over the British monetary supply, but the Rothschild family, particularly Nathan Meyer Rothschild, in 1820 became crucial in the Bank of London, averting financial crises by supplying gold and later family members like Alfred de Rothschild even served as Bank of England's directors, influencing finances and government loans, though they never controlled the supply directly. Their power came from vast international operations, bullion trading, and government financing, making them indispensable partners. Not rulers of the monetary system. Okay, yeah, sure. Cover your ass.
Cover your ass.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's hard to see because you had Nathan Meyer Rothschild here in the 1820s, who was over the financial crash, and then you had Lionel de Rothschild, who secured, the Suez Canal shares. Then you had Alfred de Rothschild, served as a Bank of England director from 1868, 1869. Nathan Meyer Rothschild became senior partner, expanding the firm's influence and infrastructure in new markets. And then you can go on to the Rothschilds wine and all that, and then they kind of just went off the grid to a degree. Yes,
Praise Trump for attacking Venezuela.
Yeah, in essence,
are we still talking about Rothschild?
Yeah, I'm gonna read this last part and I'll be done. In essence, the Rothschilds became pillars of the British financial system through strategic wealth, gold expertise, and government partnership, but never became the sole controllers of the nation's money supply. Yeah, like I said, they're just one of many. But I would say that they are one of the most influential in who the hell is controlling us. Yeah, she said, till I never got taught about, let me put this on the screen. I never got taught about Rosa Parks that when I was in school, but my children learned about her, and they were at school. They didn't get taught about UK's own issues with racism. Yeah, I've learned about some of the Black civil rights leaders who were over there. And one crazy ass story, which happened, it all got brought up about a bank robbery, and the dude robbed the bank, and in the bank there were photos of allegedly photos of some British heiress or princess or something like that, and that all tied in. I don't know. It's a crazy history tied into. They consider like the UK's version of MLK, which he was kind of more of a combination of. He was more kind of a combination of MLK and Malcolm X. But I want to say that he was more. I think he was more kind of like on a Black Panther tip. But yeah, I remember, what's his name? Okay. And then from the Rothschilds and all that stuff that they kind of from that stuff that happened later on, you start to see all these financial reserves and pop up, and if you go into like was it Nathan who was the one who sent his sons, or was it Amshel? I can't remember. But anyway, he sent his son strategically to different places. So one went to like the UK, another one went to was it Vienna? Another one went to Vienna, I believe. Another one was in, I think, Paris. Another one went to, I believe, Florence. And then there's one last one who I think somewhere in Germany. And so he had sent his sons to all these different areas so that they can get up the global trading network. And that global trading network is the same network which they learned from the Arab trades, and part of this whole how the Arabs would trade slaves, money, spices, all that stuff through the Silk Road. I don't know, it's deep.
Okay, it's the fact that Rothschild nigga name was Nathan, and it was terrible. Like Nathan Rothschild. Like you couldn't come up with a better evil villain name besides Nathan. Nathan.
Harold. Oh no, Jackie. Have you heard of Harold Moody? Yeah. Yeah, Harold Moody was kind of like the UK's like MLK in a sense, but he did it a little sooner. Yeah, if you look him up, he was born in Jamaica, and then a lot of the whole civil rights stuff that was going on in the UK happened sooner than the US, so he was kind of fighting his struggle, and I want to say like the 30s, 40s, 50s, but he was probably a little bit ahead into mainly into like the 40s versus like MLK was more 50s into the 60s. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got on that one before we move on to another topic. Till I went back and I watched the Diddy documentary. The crazy part about it is, for anybody who's watched this show, we kind of covered this along the way. Like when Chris was here, we covered a lot of this stuff. It's just, for me, what made it different was like, instead of reading newspaper articles and reading depositions and stuff, I was actually seeing some of the real people tell their story and being able to look at them and see how this all affected them. And like, I don't know, I think it hit a little different when you see it that way, when you get to see somebody talk about their trauma and how it affected them, how like the shit's embarrassing, you know. Nobody want to talk about how, you know, what dude was doing to them. I know, it's, especially if I'm Lil Rod, I don't want to talk about how Diddy was giving me his Lil Rod. I don't want to talk about that. That don't feel right. Even if that was what happened. I mean, shoot, there's a lot of dudes that happens to them. They don't tell a fucking soul. They don't want nobody to know that shit. They take that to the grave. But he said, like, sometimes he wake up and he be next to a woman, and sometimes he wake up and Diddy there in the bed, and he wake up a little sore. And I'm just saying,
I ain't telling nobody that my booty hole sore the day after I wake up from chilling with somebody. Why would I admit to that? Why wouldn't I not? There are a lot of things y'all would never know about me that I'm taking to my grave. That I pray that God didn't tell my mama when she died. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Because why are you telling people your shit hurt?
Chris H is saying, I wonder why Diddy is so interested in why 50 Cent is so interested in going after Diddy. Well, I got my answer watching, because see, like Liz will tell you, I don't follow celebrity like stuff like really that closely. Even Till will tell you, like, I don't really like, I'll mess with people's music and they art, but I really don't get involved in their wife, kids, all that stuff. I feel like, because I understand, if it was me, I kind of would want that to be a little, you know, hey, leave my family out of this. Don't really be following up on my family and all that. But in looking into that, I understand why a Diddy is going after this and why he cares, because this has to do with his family. And I know, Till, you probably already know exactly why. You probably remember old girl name and stuff too, right?
His baby mama, that Mexican bitch. That, yeah.
Is she Mexican? I don't know what she is. I don't know what.
I'll retract that. The Latino chick.
Don't know what I'm saying is. I thought is she Asian? She might be Asian.
I think she's part Latin.
What was her name? Because the crazy part about it is, I didn't even know that was Diddy's like baby mom. Somebody told me that later on.
It's 50 baby mama. It's the big one. It's I take that back. It's who 50 was in love with. That's it. 50 loved that bitch. Okay.
Was her name Misha something?
Mm-hmm.
Misha and we'll look up. Let's see if I can find her.
But yeah, 50 was in love with that lady. He loved that lady. He loved that woman.
And the crazy part about it is, I didn't even know that I knew who she was, but I knew who she was.
How?
Like because I remember she stuck out in one of the old videos. She was in, for y'all remember the Big Papa Give Me One More, was it?
Biggie, give me
one more chance. Yeah, she was in the One More Chance video. Do you remember? Because at that time, nobody was like, you didn't see nobody of color rocking the blonde hair look. Nobody was rocking the blonde hair look. And to see, no, it wasn't Faith Evans. Let me see if I can find a picture of her. Let's see, Misa Hilton. Let's see, Biggie video. I remember seeing her and I was like, wait a minute, that's who that is. Because she stuck out because she had such a different look. Let me see if I can find the video. Y'all remember when they sitting in the hot tub, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a girl, the blonde hair, she had the two buns. Let me see. That's where I remembered her. Here we go. Let me share my screen. See, UK scene sweeping civil rights leaders right under the carpet, because I bet a majority of the people in the UK have never heard of Harold Moody. Yep, Harold Moody Jr. Yep, look him up. And he's not the only one. There's a couple other ones that I learned about probably a good maybe 10, 15 years ago. Do you remember this part?
Yeah.
And she was like, and Diddy was like, hey, maybe me and your friend, what did he say? Me and your friends can get together and be friends, something like that, right?
Me and your friends.
He's like,
can
maybe
be friends,
me and my
and we
friends
can even do this every weekend.
Yeah, that part. This is that part of the video. This is who he's talking to right there. This is the Misha Hilton. This is the Diddy baby mama right here. That's who it is. Like I told you, at that time, nobody was doing the blonde hair thing. Anybody of color was.
Facts.
That was new. And I know right now, everybody see it's common. You're used to it. But back then, nobody was doing that. That was two buns like Princess Leia. Yeah. And I was like, because also at that time, rappers didn't used to have any non-black women in their videos. Every female was black. And so if you saw any of them who wasn't black, the hell is she? And then you start to see like the Cali rappers start having more Latinas in their videos, predominantly Mexican in their videos. You start seeing more of that because, on the West Coast, that's more of a mixture where you have the black and brown thing. Whereas if you saw any of the New York rappers, you was only for the most part seeing black girls, and then you start seeing some Puerto Ricans, Dominicans starting to mix in there later on in the videos. And then eventually they just start having all girls of all different shapes, white, black, whatever, everything. But early, no, it was all black girls from the New York scene. And when I saw her, this girl, I don't know what her nationality is, couldn't tell. And then the blonde hair and the bun, she stuck out. So she always stuck out in my mind. And to come to find out that this is later on became, 50's baby mama. This is why he had a problem. Because Diddy knew the truth. 50 knew the truth about how Diddy was. Like, because everybody bring up the Cassie thing. Cassie ain't the first woman he done beat the hell out of. Not even close. And it seems like he's one of them people where after he hits her, kicking a woman while she down is that's how Diddy got down. The kicking is his thing. Kick you while you down. But I don't know. I talked a whole lot, just setting this up. So what Till, take it, because I know you got a lot to say on this one.
We been knew Diddy was out here doing wild fugazi shit. I don't know why we're trying to act surprised like we didn't know Diddy was out here doing gay shit. It's not even the gay shit that bothered me about the documentary, because like we knew. What got me yes, it got me was old boy talking about it. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple nights where I woke up in my butthole. Like, why would you tell them? Don't, what?
Well, then, like the
like as the interviewer, I would have been like, don't catch me stretching, then you say some shit. Like, I would have been over here like, what?
Well, you heard with the Audrey O'Day thing, right?
Yes.
She said like somebody walked into a room and saw her all drugged up looking with her pants down, and Diddy just pop, 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 pop. And then another dude had her mouth. And then you drugged up. You don't even know that shit happened to you.
You don't even know who the other dude is.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's terrible. It is terrible. What he was doing was terrible. And nobody should ever go through any of it. Period. Point blank simple. Like, the victims are victims regardless. But you should have been a victim in silence. I'm sorry. I know you, like, are you getting, like, does the statute of limitation run out for that, for victims like that? I don't know.
No. Rape, no.
For grape?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Grape. Yeah. Grape in New York. No, that don't run out. There's no statute of limitations.
Okay, but was it always happening in New York?
Well, good point. I don't know if it's statute of limitations in Florida because Lil Rod was in Miami.
See what I'm saying? And not saying that he the brightest crayon in the box, but it just seems like he would be the type to do some shit where statute of limitations might be a little fugazi.
Well, here's the thing with Lil Rod, which hey, this show how down bad people be about trying to be successful. Like, he woke up, knew what happened, and like weighed out. He made a career decision. Like, I just got to go through this for a little while longer. Then when I get to the other side of this, worst case scenario. I don't even know what happened, so it's not like he's like, I know what happened, but I ain't like know it happened. Like, I don't even remember it. I just woke up with my mouth a little dry, a little sore back, extra film in my mouth, and my backside is sore. Had a couple bloody poops. I could just grind this out. He's gonna give me this money, and I can, start my career off on my own, generational wealth. And maybe he decided it's all right to let this dude keep violating me, in order for my kids and my grandkids to be set for life. I'm willing to do that. I don't know. People make those calculations, I guess. And from what he's talking, everybody in the music industry is messed up and predators anyway. So he gonna have to deal with this. Is just how the gatekeepers are. So whether Diddy's doing it, somebody else gonna be doing that or something like that to him. His calculations, anyway. I mean, I don't know, but at least these other people who were dealing with messed up shit was getting paid. According to him, it was what 29,000, 39,000 that he never got. So basically, all he got was free food. You got free food, free clothes, got smoked out, and flew out. Basically, you was a hoe.
That's what it sounds like to me. I'm not saying. I am saying it. If I get flued out and it's a good little fly out, and I'm y'all judge me if you want to. I'm just saying.
I think you're on a shopping spree.
They seem like unspoken rules, like known unknowns that you be knowing. If a man, woman, whatever you like, flies you out to a destination, you coming up off some cheeks. I don't know how you going about that. I don't know what set of cheeks you coming up off of, but they coming up off of you. I promise you that.
And then another thing where people say they don't know why 50 was so mad at him, because he tried 50 also.
He did, because he took him on a shopping spree.
Well, 50, he tried to.
And 50 didn't like that.
50 was like,
bitch, who?
Bitch, I don't need you to buy me shit.
Not a single, no.
And so, and also once he got with Misha, and Misha was telling him the stories of the shit, like how Diddy was abusive and all that. And I mean, there's countless stories in there about like plenty of women felt like, yo, he did something to me, I know he drugged me up. I don't know exactly what he did, but he did something. The dude I felt the most bad for is what's old boy's name who he started Bad Boy with?
The other dude that he put in the booty. Isn't that Rod?
No, not Lil Rod, the other dude.
No, Ronnie. I thought that nigga was Ron. Hold on.
What was his name? Let's see, Bad Boy co-founder. His name was, what the fuck? That's that babe. What the hell? That's the wrong shit. Autocorrect be messing me up. Kirk Burrows. That's the one who, like, so not only did he have you doing all the work, because he was the one who was like running it, getting Bad Boy off the ground, running the day to day.
And getting emasculated because he be called into Diddy's office and Diddy out here getting some sloppy, and he just make that man stand in the doorway. I thought that was the wildest thing. Like,
yeah, like, yeah. Did you want something, Sean? Nah.
I just want you to see me get some top.
Yeah, I just want you to watch.
Weird ass man.
And then he came in with a baseball bat and like, bitch, you gonna sign over your part of the company.
Yeah.
Like, well, you're gonna have to beat me, homie. I'm sorry. That's another thing. Just watching how Diddy operated, I wouldn't be here, y'all. If I worked for Diddy, I wouldn't be here. Either I would have been in the ground, or, well, that's probably what happened to some of these people. That's probably why, ambulance is getting called and people just disappear. Because it would have been some pushback. Either I would have threw hands with him, or he would have caught some hot shit.
No, he would.
Especially if I woke up like Lil Rod, he would have caught some hot shit.
My butt hurt now.
That's the reason why I said I wouldn't have been here. Either I would have been in the pen, or I would have been 6 feet under. Because and that's another thing. You're not gonna talk to me like he was talking to people. Like if y'all watch the videos, like he getting up, yelling at people, throwing stuff around the room. Talk to me like that if you want to. I'm gonna knock the shit out of you. And so bodyguards would have had to come tussle. We'd have been tussling. It'd have been some furniture fucking moving in there. That's all I'm saying. You're not gonna talk to me like I'm your child and yell at me and throw stuff around and told you.
It was still the getting your, you know what I'm saying, get your meat sucked, and then you can call me in the room like,
well,
what's
even
wrong
with
with you?
the little rod thing was off. Remember how he said he just put on videos of dudes getting bent over and he's smacking cheeks? Why are you playing a video of a dude getting bent over? I don't want to watch that shit. If a dude,
Yes, Chris H. Making the band was terrible.
Yeah, and think about it. That's the edited version that we were seeing.
You don't even know what happened.
Exactly. Well, part of it, yeah, I agree, Jackie. That is part of why he picked on women more than anything.
Yeah.
But another thing is he loved the control. Like he was keeping people dead broke. Like I remember back in the day, for y'all that remember, and some of y'all who weren't really big into hip hop back then, it was a group by the name of the Locks. The Locks, everybody used to wear these shirts, free the Locks, free the Locks. Because they're like, yo, can you let them off contract? Because he was doing them so dirty. And it's the same thing he did with Craig Mack back in the day. Craig Mack, well,
I think he gave Craig Mack AIDS.
Ooh, for real?
I do. I think he easy-E'd Craig Mack because apparently he died from pneumonia, y'all. Y'all can put 12 and get 45 with that.
Chris H asks, has Sean got out of jail yet? I think he's out.
Yeah, Sean is in charge of Belize. He's the president of Belize right now. I'm not even lying. That is a true statement.
For real? He's the president?
Google that shit. I've been trying to move to Belize for 5 years. Why y'all think, nigga? Because runs the country.
That's crazy.
Sean got out of prison and became the president of Belize.
I know he got really on his religious stuff. And I knew he was moving back to Belize because for those who don't know, Sean is Belizean. Rapper turned politician.
Told you.
That's crazy. He served as a leader of the opposition party in the House. That's wild. But I mean, Lucky got out of prison. Lucky got out of prison with that whole murder rap stuff. I mean, there's so much that you put in the documentary.
He got out of prison. Fuck that. Motherfucking murderers get freed every day. Everybody get mad murderers get freed, especially out of our motherfucking prisons, which don't make sense about Venezuela. But it's the fact this nigga got out. You want to talk about a reform story? You want to talk about a non-recidivist? You want to talk about how to, if y'all ever needed, the fucking United States needed to utilize, hey, y'all, our prison systems aren't that bad. Look at Shine.
Yeah, he's a model prisoner story.
Yeah, like prisoner turned president. Part 1, where Donald Trump got his fucking blueprint from. Like, what the fuck?
I mean,
anything, he need to teach Donald Trump how to conduct himself as an ex-con president. Because y'all didn't even know that nigga was the president of fucking Belize.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one thing that I like we talked about a little bit earlier. Well, outside of the documentary, like I remember talking about this like a year ago easily. There was stuff that they did not put in the documentary at all. Like they put that Diddy went to Kid Cudi's house.
What about the blowing up of the car?
But they didn't put that in there at all.
Yeah, I really wanted to hear about that car getting blown up.
I'm like,
or what about the time when he snuck into Kid Cudi house and stole all and opened up all his Christmas gifts?
Open up all, yeah. They didn't put that about the Christmas present thing.
Those are my two favorite, like those are literally my two favorite moments of the whole Diddy case. Cause like, I know I'm a petty bitch, Like, I get mad at a dude, I cut all his shoestrings in his shoes. Exactly. Inconveniencing you. I'm gonna inconvenience your day. You know? I'm the type of person, you drink coffee every day, you piss me off. Like, I'm talking about you done really piss me off. Oh, I'm putting salt in everything that you think is sugar. Petty shit. Your blood pressure gonna be high today for 2 reasons. 1, because I'm gonna piss you off, and 2, because that coffee gonna be salty as hell. I do petty shit like that.
Or why not just swap out all the coffee with decaf?
Fuck that. That's not petty enough for me. No. Or
I'd be mad as hell if I went in there to go get some coffee and I got nothing but decaf in there.
I'll fuck around and put 5-hour energy drink in the coffee maker before you get up. That's the water that you use in this 5-hour energy drink.
Oh.
Exactly. Disgusting and highly caffeinated. I'm gonna make your heart blow up. But it's the fact that, like, Diddy took a sign, like, I don't know if he got this from like 1970s Batman, like Adam West Batman, but to go in somebody's house and open up all their Christmas gifts, it's so petty.
That's something the Riddler or the Penguin in that version would have done.
Thank you. That's why I said, is this Adam West Batman or some shit?
That is something they would have done in the 50s Batman. Or was it 60s Batman? Whichever year it was. I think it was 50s. I think I'm right. No, it was 60s because it was color.
It was colored.
But, how does Black Man have a name like Miss Cuddy? That sounds Italian or something. I'm trying to remember. What is Kid Cudi's like? Why is he the Miss Cuddy? I mean, hell, could have an Italian ancestor
It's
somewhere.
part Italian.
Could have an Italian ancestor. I mean, you got crazy mixes in America. You'd be blown away, Chris. You'd be blown away at some of the mixtures you have here.
His second middle name is Sergio. He is Italian. Obviously, he's mixed, but yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have some.
But I shouldn't have said president. I misspoke, Jackie. I shouldn't have called him a president, but he is the former prime minister of Belize. And in relation, that American in me, you know how we always want everybody to be like us. We don't want to be like them. I should have said prime minister instead of a president.
Yeah, you'll see people Chris H here, who clearly look Hispanic, and their name will be like Cristobal Johnson. You'd be like,
oh, Johnson. At least it ain't Jefferson.
What you'll find out is that, like, oh no, his father is black or something. Or you'll see, somebody who you'll see somebody who will be like part Cambodian, like Japanese and Jamaican. So you get them weird mixes, especially once you get to the big cities on the coast. More East Coast than West Coast. But yeah, you have some of the crazy mixes on the West Coast too. I'm trying to think. It was something else that I had in there that I was going to bring up. It was something else I was going to bring up. What was it? Oh, Cristobal Tank Johnson. That's a good name. Let's see. I guess my last story that I'll bring up. Although I got some funny shit if y'all want me to land it on a funny note. But I know nobody's heard about this story. Oh, wait a minute. No, I did have another story that I wanted to talk about before I got into this one. But you heard about what they're doing with Somaliland?
Mm-mm.
I wanted to save it because I
that
think
the daycare?
I starred Thomas. No, Thomas is comment here. He said this earlier in the show. The anti-Somali immigrant rhetoric, the Israeli land grab plan on Somaliland, and the Western interests of Somalia resources is all linked together. The U.S. Zio colonizers know what they're doing. Yes, this ties in definitely to the whole Gaza stuff and some of the stuff they're talking about with Iran. Right now, for those that don't know, I think I had a story. Let me see if I got the story first before I just go, because I did have a story that I was going to read on that. Here it is. Let me share my screen. Come on. Catch up. Almost. All right, here we go.
Somalia's ambassador to the United Nations, Abukar Dahir Osman, has called Israel's recognition of Somaliland a calculated distraction. Speaking to reporters on Friday, the diplomat said the Israeli decision aimed at deflecting attention from its war in Gaza and its occupation of the West Bank. He also said reports that Somaliland accepted to receive Palestinians from Gaza would be unacceptable.
They want to export the Palestinian from Gaza to any country that accepts. And I think one of the conditions, probably the recognition of Somaliland. We can't even call Somaliland anymore because one region of that is already part of Somalia. So we have to call it the Northwest region of Somalia. And I think there was a report that the secretary accepted 1.5 million Palestinians from Gaza to be deported and exported to Somaliland.
On December 26, Israel became the first country to officially recognize Somalia's breakaway region of Somaliland as an independent nation. The move drew criticism from dozens of countries who promptly expressed support for Somalia's sovereignty.
Yeah, so I wanted to show that one. Had you heard about that at all?
I heard they were stealing babies and shit, but I didn't know that they was doing. You know what I'm talking about? The Somalians that got the like daycare shit over in like Minnesota, some stupid shit. That's the only thing that I've been hearing about.
You got the different scandal stuff that's kind of been going on, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know that's what was going on. So no, I did not know that. Jesus Christ, Jackie is over here doing the Lord's work. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, she diving deep over there and she found out about Shine. Yeah, but yeah, Shine's father was the first Black PM of police. And so it makes sense that he would kind of follow that lead and go into politics. But yeah, I didn't know that. I knew that he was somebody influential. I did not know that he was a prime minister. But yeah, got to go 3 I understand. I definitely understand. And I appreciate for hanging out so late. I guess the last thing that I will hop on to, I'll say this before you go so you'll know the last story that I was going to talk about. Look up Malaysian's ex-prime minister, Najib, who's just been jailed for 15 years. So that's the last one for you to look up, Jackie. Says, thanks for a great stream, Marcus and Till. Good night and take care, everyone. We thank you so much for joining us as usual. Much love to you and your family. Yeah, the Somaliland thing is.
Sorry, Marcus. Night, Booka
Butt. Yeah, it's Israel's backdoor plan to figure out the Palestinian question. What do they do with these people? And this is why they've had so many these different wars and stuff, and these rebel uprisings, destabilize regions in Africa, bribe them with money to take, the remaining population. And that's what they're trying to do. Trying to find a way to spread these people out, especially since they know that that many places do not want to take in a whole chunk of people. Yeah, my apologies. I know it's late. I didn't try to run this late. Yeah, you're right. You said it's probably 8 p.m. It's 7 where I am right now. So, but that's why I'm trying to get to a point of getting ready to wrap up. That way I won't keep you all too much later. I appreciate y'all for sticking it out, especially on a live stream, catching it late. I know you guys could be anywhere else, and you decide to spend it here with me and Till. So we definitely love and appreciate that. This last story that I got. Let me show the last thing. Why do I keep hitting that button? So here it is. My last story. Malaysian ex-prime minister Najib jailed 15 years, fined US 2.8 billion for abuse of power, money laundering in one MDB case. So final decision. This is the man right here as he heads off to prison. Let's see.
Malaysia's ex-PM Najib jailed 15 years, fined 2.8 billion US dollars for abuse of power, money laundering in one MDB case. Friday's decision by Judge Colin Lawrence Sequeira after a trial that had stretched across 302 days over a period of 6 years. Putrajaya, former Malaysia Prime Minister Najib Razak, was on Friday, December 26, found guilty of abusing his power and of money laundering by the High Court in his long-running One Malaysia Development Berhad, 1 MDB, case. Najib, who was Prime Minister from 2009 to 2018, was convicted on 4 counts of abuse of power and 21 counts of money laundering involving RM2.2 billion, $544.6 million US dollars, misappropriated from the State Investment Fund. He was found guilty on all 25 charges by Judge Colin Lawrence Sequeira, who sentenced Najib to 15 years jail for each of the abuse of power charges and 5 years jail for each of the money laundering charge. Najib was also fined a total of RM11.38 billion, $2.8 billion US dollars, for the abuse of power charges. The sentences will run concurrently and will start after his current jail term for a separate case finishes. The default imprisonment term for each fine in the 4 abuse of power charges is 10 years. For the 21 money laundering charges, Sequeira also imposed a fine recoverable of RM2.1 billion. This is a penalty equivalent to the value of the proceeds of unlawful activity which have been disposed of or cannot be traced. Sequeira ordered the sentences at about 9:15 p.m., 12 hours after he first started.
So that's just a little bit of that. Let you know that this man ain't getting out of jail for a long time. Actually, he's probably never getting out of jail.
But my thing is this: whose jail is he in? Whose court did he go to?
This is in Malaysia.
I know that's the point I'm trying to make. But wait, there's more. Mm-hmm. But if Venezuela did some shit like that, we would go pick him up. Why we ain't pick this man up?
Yeah, well, good point.
Why we ain't go get him? Point. If he out here doing the wild shit, why we ain't get that nigga?
This man stole, embezzled basically 2.8 billion, and they said like in American currency. So
that's what I was about to say too, bro. That ain't Malaysian currency. That's not Malaysian drugs. That's not Malay. No, they put US $2.8 billion US coins. That's 2.8 billion 100 packs of pennies that we don't even have no more. You know I'm not gonna get off these pennies, right?
Oh, I know.
I'm not getting off the pennies. What the fuck? That's 2.8 billion packs of 100 pennies. Mm-hmm. This man stole, and we didn't go collect.
Yeah,
we didn't go collect for 2.8 bill, but we went over to Venezuela and started fucking with somebody over their shit in their city with their drugs.
Mm-hmm. Let us find out Malaysia got something in their ground.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that one real quick because it's like, how the fuck something like this happened and it go way under the radar? We don't even hear about this story. We don't even hear about it. But I felt it was worth bringing to everybody's attention. This motherfucker dirty.
Dirty as hell, because does that even make sense to y'all?
Like, damn, dude, you wasn't playing. You was really thieving hard. You didn't get enough? I mean, I think like if you could have did like $1 million or $2 million, and nobody really tripped that much. They be like, all right, bro, you got to return the money. In fact, you know what? Don't even return the money. You're going to do 6 months in jail. That's probably what they would have did. But damn. I don't know.
That's insane. We really went and picked them. They went and gave this man a home trial. And we over here picking niggas up from Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think we cared about Venezuela.
Oh no, we've always cared about them. They've been on our list for a long time. Also, the fact that Venezuela would not allow a international monetary, they wouldn't allow, you know, IMF in the vicinity. They said, "No, we don't want none of your federal banks." And that honestly is probably the more egregious offense to the people at the top than, you know, than you know, them wanting oil or cobalt or nickel or any of that or gold. It's the fact that you did not let us bring our banking into your country and start to basically, you know, leech off of your people. So yeah, that's my final thoughts on that. Let's see what else.
Why are we fucking with Malaysia?
Because it's somebody that we can fuck with.
No, I just want to know. That's the question for next week. But between now and next week, we're gonna figure out why. We're gonna figure out why. What they got? Crack? A better recipe of crack?
I forgot about this. But yeah, you hear that?
No, I can't hear it. We'll hear what? Silence? Crack cocaine?
Let me put this on the screen. This is what Trump was talking about. I don't know if you heard this, but I guess this is one other clip I had about Venezuela that I forgot.
Oh, I hear it now.
Buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this? Nobody can believe it.
They really thought we weren't going to see this. I don't know why he went into Venezuela. There it is.
But we're buying oil from Venezuela. When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. But now we're buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this? Nobody can believe it.
They really thought we weren't going to see this. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
But now it's our oil, so we just making ourselves rich?
Yeah, so we just
seized it.
So we don't want to pay for it. We just gonna take your shit. That's the government against the government.
Wow, hostile takeover.
Yeah, the motherfucker said it plain as day.
That's a hostile takeover, and we're just like, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. Go ahead. Do what you need to. Do what you need to.
I'm sorry, y'all. This is 2026. So welcome. Welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what we got. That's what we dealing with right now. So. Oh, by the way, it was a weird story about some dude touching people and urinating on them in Florida. Just another Florida man story. Yes, you heard that right too.
It's only the third day, Marcus. You know that?
Yeah, he broke into somebody's house
and peed on them.
Peed on them and was touching them.
That's some Diddy shit. Maybe he ended up getting loose. Maybe he got one of them loose ass baby oil bottles. I heard they had some shit in it.
Yeah, they definitely did. I'm trying to think. Oh man.
How would that make you feel, bro? You walk up, somebody rubbing your head and peeing on you at the same time.
I'm like, what?
That nigga going to jail.
You got to die.
You gotta go.
Yep.
You gotta go.
You gotta die. That's what I think about that. You gotta die. Let's see, where was it at? Let's see, what was it? Tony, I think it was on Tony Baker. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was Tony Baker. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. If y'all follow Tony Baker, make sure y'all go check it out. I think that's the one where he was talking about it. Weird ass dude. Yeah, but that's all I got. I know it's late over there. I'm not trying to keep y'all too much longer. I don't know. People still might want to slide out in the middle of the night, go do some things. Tommy Lee Jones' daughter died, and that's sad. Oh, somebody else died too. Remember our dude from
Hold on, what happened? Tommy what?
Tommy Lee Jones' daughter.
Oh, I thought you said Tommy Lee died. I was about to say, wait a minute.
Remember our dude from The Wire?
Yeah, he committed suicide.
That dude. He committed suicide.
The light-skinned dude from The Wire?
No, not the light-skinned dude. The light-skinned dude dead too?
That dude just died last week. The light-skinned dude from The Wire. He was only like 34.
The young cop?
Yeah, he committed suicide. He unalived himself last week.
What? Let me see. Which one you talking about? Yeah, I know the dude that played Clyde Davis. He died. Oh, the white guy. The white dude. I remember him. He was on what? That season when they had the docs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
What, third season or fourth season? Yeah. When they brought in the dock workers and stuff, and that was the crazy fucking young brother.
Suicide.
Wow. Only 46. And it looks like he was a native of Baltimore too. Wow. James Ransome, actor known for The Wire, dies at 46. I'm gonna put it on the screen so y'all know also who we talking about. Yeah, I used to. It's weird. Like The Wire is a show that I stayed away from for a long time. I don't know. It's like I know I need to watch it because everybody talk about it, but I watched like that first scene of it, and I was like, I'm not into this. But yeah, I remember he played the younger brother. So the other dude went on to become a big star too. The one that played the older brother, he played in American Gods. He was a leprechaun, right? Yeah.
And I actually like that guy as a leprechaun on American Gods.
Oh yeah, I like him. He was in the other movie with 50 too, where they bank robbers or something. Was it something 9 or whatever? No. Triple something. What was it? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm looking. You said he was in a movie with 50 Cent, the leprechaun guy.
Yeah. Was it 999?
Maybe
It
not.
was. I think it is 999.
Oh no, I could be getting my bank robbery movies mixed up.
It's not The Thieves Den.
No, he's not that one. Let's see, what was the movie, man? It's blowing my mind. 50 Cent movies. Oh no, let me go back to the chat. Somebody else might have figured it out. Oh, what was the name of that movie? Why is it not showing it now? Because it definitely wasn't none of these that I'm seeing. Bank robbery. What's the name of that movie? Den of Thieves.
See, I was close. I knew it was The Thieves one.
Yeah, it was Den of Thieves. That's the movie I'm thinking of. But yeah, I'll go ahead and end it on that note. I won't keep y'all up too much longer. I appreciate and love all of y'all. Till, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Check me out on Monday night when they be talking that shit with Steve. That's about it.
Yeah, eventually I need to get with Steve and figure out, the I'll talk to you about that off cam. I'll see you. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Hopefully you guys, have a great a great 2026, I'll say.
If that's what your calendar say.
Yeah, that's what your calendar say. I mean, I don't recognize it, but you know what I mean. We all on the 20th. Oh, my bad. I forgot. I saw Lainey pop in earlier and I forgot to acknowledge. My bad, Lainey. I'm so sorry. But glad to see you here also. Yeah, much love to everybody, whether you were here from the beginning, came in the middle, came at the end, or you will watch the show later on. Appreciation and love to all of y'all. I do need to reach out to you, Lainey, because I would like to, whenever we can, have you back on here. And also, we still need to coordinate that one collaboration that we have.
Yeah, that game one.
I still ain't forgot. I still ain't forgot. And my cousin's in the building. Always good to see you.
Ladarius was in this bitch.
Yeah, that's Ladarius who I was talking to earlier.
Talking to?
Yeah, and I mean, it's not that I disagree. I agree entirely what he's saying, but at some point, I do try to play a little bit devil's advocate on. I put on my consultant brain. That's what I'm saying. It's not how I feel about it. I don't agree with none of the shit that they're doing. I don't. But I'm just putting on my consultant brain on how I would advise in something like this and if I was advising a client how to keep their ass out of prison. Because everybody in the Trump administration outside of Trump is looking to take their ass to prison by their actions. And shout out to Abby, dude. Abby is there too. Hey, I told her, Abby, that she missed out last week.
I missed out on a good one, man.
I mean, you had Yonina and Abby there and Michael all hopped on because I just threw a link out and was like, yo, anybody, hey, it's the end of the year. Anybody want to hop on? Sure, come swing through. Lady Alex, who I saw in here earlier, Lady Alex hopped on and she talked for a bit.
We gotta run it back. We gotta run it back when we open up the StreamYard for y'all. Cause y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, girl was drunk. Your girl been drunk since Christmas. To be honest, your girl been drunk since her birthday, y'all. I'm finally sober today, y'all.
You want me to just set it up for next week already to say that we're gonna have an open stream next week and let some of y'all come on and talk it out?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll do that because since Teal missed it, I'll make sure to open it up for next week. That's what we'll do. That's what we're definitely gonna do. Abby said she been drunk too. And that way you'll get your opportunity
Hopefully, Lord willing, everything works out. Then everybody can come on. Yeah, cross stream. Yeah, you want to dual stream it? That works perfectly fine with me. I love to have Lainey hop on here too if she can. Anybody who wants to hop on here, hey, the more the merrier.
More the merrier, to be honest. I love more opinions. We're gonna, maybe that's what we can do. Like at least once a month, we open up the stream for y'all to chime in and talk to us and shit. But baby, my black ass thought I was gonna be cute. My stupid ass went to hot yoga twice in one day and thought I was gonna be day drinking the next day because I drank a Gatorade. I drank one Gatorade after doing 2 hot yoga classes. The next morning, I'm like, Don Julio and water will be fine. Yeah, all right, whatever.
I would say, yeah, I'll definitely be seeing a different me in 2026. I'm definitely going to be getting on my health kick a lot more, especially since I've had, some different things going on. I just got to get healthier. I'm not very healthy right now. And I don't want y'all to be out. Once I see y'all out in public somewhere, you're going to be like, damn, Marcus is a fat ass.
We didn't know. Look, we don't be seeing Marcus from the shoulders up.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, some of the people, when I tell them what my weight is right now, they're like, no freaking way. That's impossible. I'm like, yeah.
But you're a big dude, though.
I just got a little bit of a gut right now. You wouldn't be able to really tell. You can tell I got a gut. But I'm not like what you would think of for my height, height, weight. You would never guess it in a million years. In fact, I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. I just want to see who can get close. Like, I'm 6 foot. And so what would you guess that I am, too?
I don't know.
By just looking at this picture alone. From the shoulders.
And since you say it's an astronomically different number in my brain, I'm just going to say 240. Damn, that's crazy. And I'm talking about the laugh. The laugh is crazy word. Am I close?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, what?
Actually, she said, we can tell, look at them chunky hands. But my hands are always going to be big because I have boxer hands.
Well, I'm wrong, y'all.
Not that damn big.
Damn.
What's going on here? I'll stand up.
So you're not 240?
Nah.
Was I close?
Nope.
Jesus.
Not 240, not 260, but I'm not 320. Abby's the closest.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I don't care. I'm amongst friends. I'll tell you, I'm around 290.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, even Yonina went down. Even I was like, nah, I couldn't. Man, would never guess it, Marcus. Never.
Yeah, look on the side. I don't look.
Nah, you not no 290.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, it's all in the gut, and I've always had bigger legs from running hills and sprints and all that.
Uh-huh.
And so I still have a lot of that leg muscle. Now I've just thrown a little extra fat on it. But yeah. Honestly, if you saw me at like 230, you would think I was like 185.
Yeah, he does carry it well.
Me at like 185 looks like, if I was at 200, I would like.
We be asking Marcus if he does crack.
Nah, no crack. But like I used to like like those like leg presses and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I always go in and just put that shit to the max. Whatever the max weight you got, that's what I'm gonna do. Like so. I used to be able to squat quite like was it clean and jerks? And
Oh,
do
I
all,
love clean. I love cleans. Love cleans. I'm a bottom heavy individual as well. That comes from track and weightlifting.
I mean, I did have some upper body strength too. I mean, I typically would arm curl per arm about 60 pounds per arm, and I would bench close to 400. So it's
At
not all.
5'2" and I'm 160. I gotta
So,
lose.
so let y'all know it ain't all fat. You can still get pressed. You can still get pressed through a wall.
Not pressed through a wall. Say you still moving furniture on y'all asses.
I remember once I was doing corrections back when I used to do corrections. I did juvenile, and I remember I didn't even realize I was doing this. These two kids were like starting stuff, and I was telling, hey, calm down. And I grabbed one, and the one was acting the other crazy. I grabbed him. I had him up on the wall like this while I was holding the other one, talking to him. And I was like, oh, shoot, hold on. Let me put you back down real quick. So, oh, yeah, I got that. Well, I mean, football-wise on offense, I was backup quarterback, but I played tight end. So I'm used to moving people when I need to move them and dragging people too. And then I had a little speed too, a little speed back in the day. I used to be a sprinter. That's where the leg strength came in. My uncle ran track for KU, and he used to run hills to stay in shape. So he would take me and my brother, and we would run hills from like a small age. So always had super strong legs. I had them mailman calves. You know, big ass huge cantaloupe calves.
I think I have normal people calves. But my bottom heavy is a little on the more sturdier side.
You're on the sturdy side, huh?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see, do I have any? I think I did show y'all a picture of me and Chris, right? Once.
I want to know.
Huh?
I said, I want to see it now. I want to know.
I think I had a picture that I showed y'all. Trying to see if I have any pictures that are a full body picture of me. You can see that. That one. Do I have any? If I got anything real quick, I'll show y'all. Oh, like here, I'll show you this picture right here. Till this picture, I'm probably about. This is about 240.
That's not bad, bro.
Well, that's like 240.
That's not bad at all.
Oh shoot, there we go.
What's that?
This was me out in downtown LA. You see that little tummy there? Suit jacket. I don't know how well y'all can see those pictures, but yeah, that's it. That's it. So I wish I was 30. I ain't got no ass except the tight jeans or sweatsuit. I mean, hey, gotta do them squats.
Yeah, you gotta do that upper body. You gotta do that lower body. Don't forget leg day, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Can't forget leg day, baby.
You said my girl was a track state champion, but now she's a teddy bear.
I made track state champion and I refuse to be a teddy bear. I'm not. I promise you.
I was like, if I was in better shape, I'd be like, I want to race her. Oh, Chris H says, I remember that photo. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I forgot. I'm trying to show y'all from my phone. I could have just went back to my damn Oh, shut up.
Shut up.
Let me go back to, let's see, do I have any pictures on my? Mute. Let me mute that real quick so I don't get hit with a copyright. Another copyright. Here we go. Here's me in my, I think I'm in my political matrix shirt. Don't worry, yours is coming to you.
Go ahead, Mercy.
See?
Oh, yeah. No, you don't look big at all.
That's what I'm saying. In this picture, I'm probably about a good 275. So, yeah. That's why when I hear those influencers be calling people out, I'm like, try. This picture I was a little bigger here. Let me see. There we go. Wow. I don't know. Y'all know my social medias. Y'all can find me. Y'all can laugh at me. How chunky my ass has gotten over the years. I don't know, but it's weird to me. I was always like thin as a rail. Always. So different.
Thin as a rug.
Nah, I ain't never missed leg day at all.
Yeah, because you can't. You can't be out here missing leg day, y'all.
Dude, you don't want to get that 300 kick from me. That 300 kick from me is like getting kicked by a mule. Yeah, you think Machado is not the one? You think Machado's not going to be in there? Trump don't want her in power. I don't know. I think she's the puppet. Well, we'll see. I mean, she'll probably be in power in probably another month. And then I guarantee you what's going to happen is they're going to have to throw out the Maduro stuff. Because it's one thing just snatching somebody up. It's another thing actually having to try them. And when they have to try to put the evidence that they have that he's a drug kingpin, that shit gonna fall the fuck apart. And they're gonna have to release him. Watch. I don't know. I guess we'll see who's in there. I mean, there's plenty of people who are hungry for, Maduro been in power for forever now. There's plenty of people who happy to hop into a spot. Whoever hop into a spot gonna be a puppet. So that's all you need to know about it. But yeah, we'll end it on that note. Again, much love and appreciation to all of y'all. And next week it will be an open stream. So make sure to come ready. If you want to hop on, don't forget, we'll both be here. In fact, once I get off here and everything, I'll try to coordinate with Teal as soon as possible. That way I can already put it up. That way you guys can be ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
This, yeah, sorry, Abby. I mean, you caught us a little later, but has always been an anti-colonial faction. They will resist it. Oh, of course they're gonna resist again because they're gonna know it's a puppet leader. They're gonna know it's a puppet leader. Okay, yeah. I'll reach out. All right, but yeah. On that note, it's the Political Matrix. Much love to everybody, and hopefully, you guys, whatever resolutions you guys put your mind to, you achieve it. You got to conceive it to achieve it, and so push forward. And we're gonna try our best over here too. That said, we are Political Matrix, and we are out.
There is discrimination in this world, and slavery and slaughter and starvation. Governments repress their people. Millions are trapped in poverty, while the nation grows rich, and wealth is lavished on armaments everywhere. These are differing evils, but they are the common works of man. They reflect the imperfection of human justice, the inadequacy of human compassion, our lack of sensibility towards the suffering of our fellows. But we can perhaps remember, even if only for a time, those who live with us are our brothers, that they share with us the same short moment of life, that they seek as we do, nothing but the chance to live out their lives in purpose and happiness, winning what satisfaction and fulfillment they can.